pretty sure we're live.
Yeah. We didn't even get a countdown, did we?
Yeah, I'm going to switch to a different.
Yeah.
I'll turn the iPad on in a minute. Welcome to another episode of Northwest Brewmeisters. Just two guys from the Pacific Northwest who like beer.
I think you should too.
I'm Jamey.
Steve?
Was there something more to that? No, that was it.
That was it.
That was it. I'm Jamey.
Steve? Again.
Yeah. All right. We're here to drink some beer. Well, brew some beer,
make some
actually.
beer while we're drinking beer. What are we drinking today?
Today, we are drinking a Newcastle Clone that I made from, what is it? HomebrewAssociates.com. I'll look it up because
Homebrew Association? The
Homebrew Association?
Yeah, I think it's Homebrew Association.
Is it .org? I'll look it up here in a minute. But anyways, it's one that I've done many times. Works really well. My wife likes it because she thinks it's very close to Newcastle. At least the Newcastle she likes. Of course, she's never drank the old Newcastle, which neither have I. And then there's that whole the old Newcastle, and then
the old Newcastle, and the new Newcastle.
And then there's the new Newcastle.
Yeah.
Which is like new space Newcastle, not new Newcastle, which is something completely different.
Right. The old Newcastle used to come in clear bottles.
You know, you told me that. And I do not think that Lagunitas does the blend.
Oh,
I think they brew it straight, bam. This is our recipe, and it gives us this flavor. Because the old guys, I guess it was Newcastle Brewery, there was a blended beer.
Yeah, well, it used to be imported from England.
Right.
It was a true import.
From this place called Newcastle.
Imagine that.
Wow. Very creative name. But yeah, it was. Right, absolutely. It was imported, and it was a blended beer. It was a young amber and an old, stronger brown ale, and they blend the two, and that's how they got the whole thing. And some of the old dudes who actually got to drink that beer don't like the Newcastle of today. They're like, no, it's not the same.
It's not the same, yeah. I can't place what's different, but I know it tastes different because I remember drinking the old Newcastle.
Mm-hmm.
I used to buy it quite often, and it's just a different flavor. You know, it's close, but it just doesn't have the same, pardon the term, the same tang that the other one did. You know.
Well, that might be it. You know, that's what they use to describe the Guinness flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Is like this tang, and I forget how they get it there. But yeah, they use that to describe the Guinness flavor. So that's probably a pretty good term for it. Maybe it's a English thing.
Maybe.
I don't know, but not all English beers have that flavor. I mean, the styles don't necessarily have that flavor. You know. So like with my Scotch ale and with my Russian Imperial Stout, do I make a normal stout, or is that it?
I know we've made a regular stout from our, brew ingredient suppliers. I've made both of their Russian Imperial and their non-Russian Imperial Stout. I forget the name of them though, but I've done both the stouts they have that they carry as pre-made kits. So, and they're good. I enjoyed them. So.
Yeah, but
especially the Russian Imperial. I love Russian Imperial Stout, man.
Did you feel like they had that tang that we're talking about?
Can't recall. It's been a while. I'm gonna brew another one as the weather changes and gets cooler again. I'm gonna brew that. I like brewing to the season. I mean, call me cliche, call me quintessential, whatever. But I like brewing to the season because what's that look for?
I just trying to relate the word quintessential.
Well, a lot of people would do that, I guess. Yeah, I know I'm kind of doing a sweeping generalization.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
But I like brewing the season because, those heavier, higher ABV beers have a warming effect. So when it's colder out, you drink that beer and you get that warming effect. During the warmer months, I like the lighter, crisper beers. Like the lighter style IPAs and the blonde ales and stuff. Brown ales to me are all year round. You can drink them any time of the year. That's the way I look at those. This is a personal view on the beer.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean,
you can drink any beer all year round. I'm not trying to say it like, oh, how dare you drink a stout during the summer. No, for my personal taste, I enjoy heavier beers in the colder months to get that warming feeling, and I enjoy lighter beers in the warmer months.
Well, that makes
kind
sense.
of a refreshing feeling, I guess.
Well, it is. It's who was I discussing it with? It was not you.
Maybe quintessential wasn't the right word, but typical.
Right.
So anyway.
I was discussing kind of exactly that with a friend of mine. Oh, just last night. My friend John. And we're talking about how, like a lot of your lagers, especially your pilsners, which is like Coors Light, Michelob Light, Bud Light. I think even the regular Coors and Budweiser are still pilsners also.
Probably. I don't know. I don't pay attention to them because I don't care for them. But
Okay.
like brew pilsners from like Europe, they're a little different than American yellow fizzy pilsner types.
Yellow fizzy
Yes,
pilsner.
I'm being a beer snub.
Yes, you are. That's okay. What I was just gonna say is just that the pilsners and the lagers, they're supposed to have that more crisp, clean finish.
Mm.
The way I described it, if you're not a real connoisseur beer drinker, you don't drink a lot of beer, and the words like mouthfeel
Don't mean
seem kind of
anything,
weird to you.
What do you mean mouthfeel?
But you
It
can
almost sounds dirty.
still, yeah, it almost does. But you can still talk. You can still explain it. It's like kind of like the difference between drinking milk and drinking water.
Right. Yeah.
And
it feels different when you drink it. Yeah. Milk is obviously heavier, thicker.
Right.
And it applies to beer. Yeah. Some beers are really light and fluffy.
Yeah, like your lagers and your ales and things like that. They're lighter, cleaner, crisper.
Right.
They don't hang around in your mouth as long. Did I just say your lagers and your ales?
You did.
Okay, so that was really dumb. But you know what I mean. Your lagers are lighter,
Right.
cleaner, crisper, whereas your ales, your porters, your stouts, your brown ales, any of them heavier beers, they kind of hang out in your mouth for a minute after you're done drinking it.
Right. Right.
So it makes sense that I'm at 60 degrees already.
Wow, that's fast. I'm just shy of 120. It's getting there.
All right, man. Tell them what you are brewing.
I am brewing an English style nut brown ale. Not one of the pre-assembled kits we can get from our brew supply. However, I was surfing around and looking up different nut brown ales, and I found this one. I don't remember where I found it. It was actually a PDF when I found it on the web, and it's a basic extract recipe. So I can tell you what's in it. I've never brewed this before, so I don't know what's going to happen. I have brewed nut browns before, or brown ales, but not this particular recipe. And I did modify it very slightly. So for my malt extracts, I'm using 3.3 pounds of amber liquid malt, and then 2 pounds of amber dry malt. So, and then I made a mistake. I meant to add a pound of brown sugar, but I forgot to get the brown sugar, so it's not going to have the brown sugar in it, which shouldn't affect it a whole lot. Maybe it might just be a little less ABV than I was anticipating. Maybe
You're saying,
maybe a little less sweet.
Very much on purpose decided not to brew the brown sugar.
I on purpose decided not to brew
with brown sugar.
Because
you don't make mistakes
ever. Right.
Not like yeast or anything.
No, not like that. My specialty grains are 1 pound of Crystal 60, 8 ounces of chocolate malt, which I substituted with 8 ounces of British chocolate malt, which is slightly different, and 8 ounces of amber malt. So I have 2 pounds of steeping grains in there. My hops are Mount Hood across the board. I'm going to put in 1.5 ounces at the 60-minute start of the boil, and then at the last 15 minutes remaining, I'll add the other 1/2 ounce, and then I'll transfer it into a carboy and top it up. And if you've watched the video before, you know the process. So yes. I'm a broken record at this point sometimes. So yeah, nut brown ale. Originally planned with brown sugar, but not going to have brown sugar, and I changed
on purpose,
and I changed the chocolate malts to British chocolate malts. So
nice.
Try to give it more of an English authenticity as possible.
Okay, cool. So, as the title and the description imply, I'm going to do the Newcastle Clone again because it's popular, and Lagunitas still is not reliably delivering Newcastle, which makes my wife very anxious. It's not pleasant in the house these days, Steve. She wanders around moaning about Newcastle and lack thereof. But, so, this Newcastle is a little bit different because I'm lazy and I don't like to measure, but I've always made it this way. So instead of 5.5 pounds of dry malt extract, I use, what am I using? Dry Pilsen Light. So dry Pilsen malt extract, So instead of 5.5, I use 6 just because they come in 3-pound bags, and so there you go.
Right.
So we got 12 ounces of crystal malt, 1.5 ounces of black malt, 55 Lovabond crystal, 1.5 ounces of black malt, 4 ounces of torrefied wheat, and then 1 ounce of East Kent Golding hops as a bittering hop, and 1 ounce of East Kent Golding hops as an aroma hop. The first hops go in at 90 minutes, and the last hops go in at 30 minutes. Because this is a long boil. It's 90 minutes long. And we're not sure why, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So there you go. So the only change, but I did change this one. Now, this one calls for 1028 Special London yeast from Y Yeast. We use, so Northwest Brew Supply sells Y Yeast, and so that's what we use. And really, I think, to be honest, all of the big yeast companies are probably neck and neck.
Yeah. I mean, there's Y Yeast, there's White Labs.
Right.
And the yeast I'm using for this particular batch is, I'm using dry yeast, the USO 005, I forget the number on it. The red packet.
The red packet.
The red packet.
Y'all know that one.
Each one has a different. Each one has a different color to it to mean a different type of yeast. Yeah, they carry mainly white yeast, and then the little packets. I don't know if they carry White Labs, but they probably get it for us if we ask for it. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure.
Maybe special order. I never asked them to do special orders. That's a good
they
point.
Get anything they want. I'm sure. I mean, they're a full thing brewing supply.
Right.
Say hi to Nathan. Hello, Nathan.
Hey,
Thanks
Nathan.
for joining.
Welcome back.
Here we are. And yeah, we're out of the garage today. We're out on the porch in front of the hedge. So it works. It's nice. It's still stupid hot though.
It is. Even though it's covered, I think it's kind of trapping the heat and it's amplifying because it's dark.
Yeah.
Dark color,
Okay, let's paint everything white.
But at least we have a breeze, because the garage wouldn't be much better right now. The garage actually be probably...
Oh, your garage would be
hotter.
muggy and nothing would move. And all this heat that we're producing here would just stay in the garage.
Getting close.
Okay, so let me finish. So there was the quick recipe. Now the changes I'm making at... I'm speaking with Trevor, not Saturday or yesterday, but...
That's Ben.
Huh? Oh. But I was speaking with Trevor.
Oh, two Saturdays ago.
2 Saturdays ago. When we did, yeah. And he asked, hey, do you want to switch it up? I was like, not this time, but next time. And so I decided, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So I went with the British chocolate malt as well, because Steve put it in his Resurrection Ale, and it was really great. Good. And so I'm going to go with that, try and make this. You can kind of see the color of that right there. And it's going to be a little darker with the British chocolate, I think. And then we also switched up. I'm going with Y Yeast 1318 London Ale 3.
That's what I use in the Resurrection Ale.
You're right. Our hot is nothing to your hot.
True.
Florida knows
much drier here as well.
Yes, it's all around. There's a reason that I don't ever live south of Wyoming.
I know, right?
Pretty much drawn a ring around the entire world at the northern border of Wyoming. We don't go south of there.
Yeah, I am really close.
So anyways, I made those two. The only thing I'm a little nervous about is when I looked at the description of the 1318, it said it had like some fruity characters to it. I was like, I don't know if I want that. But I'm going to try it. It'll still be okay. I mean, it's not going to turn it into an apple cider or anything.
No. And if it doesn't come out the way you like it, just mark that down as don't use this one again.
Yep. Undo those changes.
Don't
we did not like those changes. No, not higher ABV, just different. I mean, this one will tolerate up to 10% alcohol, but that's not the goal. I might or I might not measure the original gravity and the final gravity. For most of our recipes, we don't. When we do a new one, we do.
If I do my own, I measure it. But if I'm doing someone else's recipe, I don't measure it.
Yeah.
Because usually that information is printed on the recipe, and I'm not really worried about it,
Well, that's true. Of course, I'm changing it, so this is kind of my own recipe now, tweaking it a little bit.
But yeah, whenever I do my own, or especially if I design a new recipe, I always do the gravity checks on it. all throughout the whole process until it goes into the keg. So,
No matter how many times you brewed it.
well, if it's a brand new recipe, I
Well,
haven't brewed it before.
that's what I'm talking. Well, I'm talking like, do you bother with the Resurrection Ale?
Not anymore, no.
Yeah, 'cause you kind of know where it's landing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once the recipe is tweaked for my personal taste to be repeatable, I don't worry about measuring the gravity anymore.
But
I mean,
this
sure,
one,
the gravity could change a little bit, but I don't really care. Yeah. So,
right. But
not
this one won't be super high ABV. This is going to be a 4.5 to 5% beer.
Not like I'm selling beer or anything, you know.
A beer from our brewery. It's a surprise 6-pack. What's it taste like? It's a surprise.
It's a surprise. Kind of like a San Miguel beer from the Philippines. It's not brewed to a standard. It's kind of close every time.
Is it really?
Every batch is different.
Well,
Tomorrow. Here we go.
that's kind of ours.
Yeah. All right, I am at temp, so I'm gonna. I can't really tie this one off. It's just a giant 2-pound bag of grain, so you're just gonna go in there.
You can stir it every so often.
Oh, definitely.
All right.
Let me get my timer going.
So you're going to go in. So since I've got a 90-minute boil, I'll be going first. I mean, Steve goes first, and then I kind of catch up.
Yeah.
Because for whatever reason, we've discovered that my pot gets hot faster than Steve's.
Yeah.
And we think it's a combination of being closer to the flame on the burner, and the pot is a slightly different shape. Not drastically different, but slightly different. In any case, we think it's a mixture of things. Hey, my spoon's way over there.
You're gonna need that.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird doing this without tying it off to the spoon, but it's just not gonna work. For
Well,
obvious reasons, you know.
Yeah, you don't have enough left on the muslin sack to actually tie.
Right.
Let's see, my flame is low. So, Steve,
Yes.
is that Billabong shirt from your college days?
Bringing back the 90s.
Hey, we never claimed to be children. We are not necessarily young, nor hip, nor fresh.
Did Nathan ask that question?
It's like, is Steve wearing a Billabong shirt?
Oh,
my
yeah.
gosh, is that from his
I'm
college
also
days?
wearing Quicksilver jeans. Actually, that's a joke, but it would fit. It would definitely fit.
Wow.
No, it's an old T-shirt that's still comfortable. You know, if you think about it, it's comfortable.
And it's still in one
Really
piece.
broken in.
I'm actually kind of upset.
Why is that?
All my heavy metal shirts that you got me, they're all dead. Except for my Lamb of God shirt, which is just
Your
missing.
shirts are like super freaking threadbare, man.
Yeah, they are. They're just dead, man. I'm upset about that. Like, it hurts me. I look at them and I cry just a little. Inside.
Maybe you need to go to more concerts.
Yeah, right. Get more $40 shirts that will wear out.
$40?
Washers.
That's a cheap one, but it's $40.
Oh, that's... And I think Jaime stole my Lamb of God shirt, which is weird, because I don't think Jaime's into metal.
The shirts at Tool were $50, if not more.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I might just go to Walmart.
I remember going to concerts thinking $25 for a shirt was ridiculous. Man. It's like, man, $25.
Well, back in the day, $25 is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, but now, I mean, shoot, everything's so expensive. It was like a jar of mayonnaise and a bag of chips.
Yeah, it was like $18, man.
$18.
That was ridiculous.
It's like, I don't know, maybe.
And that was a regular sized grocery store. It wasn't like a gas station or something.
Yeah, that wasn't like a freeway, we got you, if you want this, you'll pay our prices type deal. That was a grocery store. This is where people shop. And
right.
yeah, that's crazy. Jinko's Canon jeans. He still has Jinko's Canon jeans.
Remember Jinko's?
You must have been like rich.
No. Are you kidding?
I don't know. I just don't remember. Of course, I was from Nowheresville, Montana. Or I am from Nowheresville, Montana. So.
Right. So you probably wore Wranglers and You know?
Wranglers were the amazing jeans. If you could get Wranglers, that was pretty amazing. No, we wore a lot of these jeans called Lee.
Yeah, I remember Lee brand.
Yeah, Kmart sold them. So
Yeah.
Kmart and Sears. We bought a lot of our clothes at Kmart and Sears. That's where it came from.
I remember wearing stonewashed jeans in high school. They're called stonewashed jeans.
I remember
Various
acid
brands.
wash,
Acid
stonewash.
Stonewash, yeah.
There was the jeans that looked like they'd already been run over by a lawnmower.
I didn't wear the ripped up kind or the holy one.
I did,
had the stonewash, you know.
but I didn't buy them that way.
But like over time, if the knee wore out, I mean, wore it with pride.
Yeah, that's how all my slash
Yeah.
jeans. That's how they were. They were all from an accident. Lee, whoa, what do we got here? Oh, take off the Lee patch and just iron on a Wrangler patch. There you go. You're good.
I actually bought some Wrangler jeans the other day from the Navy Exchange. They're very comfortable. So,
I'm actually wearing what is consistently Wrangler's knockoffs.
oh,
Rustler is owned by Wrangler, and it's like their seconds.
gotcha.
I've been wearing them for years, and they're probably up to like $20 a pair, but we're talking like for at least 15 years, it was $10 for a pair of jeans, and they wore as long as Wranglers did. You know,
I'm losing my sunlight, man. I got to get my mulch in the sun.
there's a spot over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna put them on the rocks, you know, like a lizard, and it's gonna stay warm.
Reptile beer, great.
It's like that TV show for a while called Lizard Lick Towing. I was like, what the hell?
What was that?
Just some reality show. This guy had this towing company, and oftentimes he was called in to do repos.
Uh-huh.
And the name of the company was Lizard Lick Towing. I can't remember where they were located though. It was just funny though.
So last night we went out to a local brewery and
Oh, yeah.
sampled. They did flights, so we did 2 flights, like one identical flight for each of us. It was kind of interesting the way they did their flights.
I like the way they did that. Every beer they had on tap, they poured it in a 4-ounce glass.
Yeah, they're little 4-ounce glasses. So, and from what I gathered, on certain days you might get 12.
Oh, true.
And other days you might only get 8.
Well, what did we get? 10?
We got 10.
Yeah.
So we got 10 beers. Some were interesting. There was, let's see, I don't remember the names of all of them. There was
I
that.
can't remember.
There's that seasonal shandy. That
Very-
was not good.
It's like drinking beerified lemon heads. Is what it reminded me of.
Wrapped in a mint leaf.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. I think
hotter.
that's that Saison yeast, man. That
Wouldn't
gives it that
surprise.
kind of little minty kick.
Belgian yeast, you know, is what
Yeah.
it is.
In any case, I didn't enjoy it. It was way too sweet. What was the other one? The other one was a hazy IPA, wasn't
There was
it?
a hazy, which one we actually liked. There was a regular IPA.
The regular IPA was.
There was
okay.
a wit beer. That was one of the last ones we had. The wit,
Right.
It was called Witless.
Yeah, there was Witless, which
Yeah.
was like a wit beer.
There was,
That was
there was
okay.
a Pilsner. There was a lager, which for some reason, like, I don't know, man. It seemed like they had this general flavor theme of sweetness, almost candy-like to me, but not in a good way necessarily.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I didn't.
Some of them were just too sweet.
Yeah. Let's just say that I would not drive 90 miles for a growler of any of those.
I think it was that lager. No, the second beer. Whatever the second beer was, it almost looked like grapefruit juice.
That was the hazy.
Syrupy.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't the hazy. That
wasn't the
that
hazy?
wasn't the hazy. That was something else.
Well, the first one was sweet something. And that was our first reaction. It's like, yep, you named this one correctly.
Yeah. Well, no, the very first one was Sweet 16. It didn't have a spot. It was one off to the side. It didn't have a label.
Right.
It was called Sweet 16.
Right.
And then the second one we had, which was the first one on the corner, it looked like grapefruit juice in a glass because it was hazy, and it just had that kind of grayish look to it,
Mhm.
and it just tasted too candy sweet to me. You know.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, I'll do one of them, but that would be it.
Well, the Sasquatch was
That one was pretty good.
that was
tasted
okay.
like a Scotch ale.
It tasted like a Scotch ale. It was good. The Bill's Pills was okay because it tasted exactly like a Pilsner should taste. I mean, I thought. wasn't overly hoppy. Just had the kind of malty bitterness that you would think of with like
Right.
Pilsner.
I'm gonna kill my heat, man. I have enough.
Up there.
I have enough. Well, it's about 70 degrees Celsius, which is close enough.
Right. Yeah, teaser glasses.
Yeah.
They'll do most of your craft breweries. They'll do these things called flights, and it works for what Steve and I do because we like to go taste as many beers as possible. Well, if you do that with pints, you don't get through very many.
Yeah.
And
That
you
would have
to
been 10 pints, man.
Yeah, we'd have been, and we don't pour beer down the drain.
Would have been
No.
schnockered.
Maybe the shandy. The shandy would have been like, yeah, I can't do a whole pint of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'd have been blasted. So they'll do flights, and most of them do like 6-ounce glasses, though, don't they?
5 or 6.
5 or 6. But anyways, 4 ounces just
or half pints or something. Yeah.
It was just enough. 4 ounces good, and most people do. Most of the flights they'll do like 6, and you have to choose. You still have to choose.
Right. Yeah, it equated to like 2.5 pints in the end.
Right.
Ounce wide, ounce for ounce. Yeah. Which is fine because it was just enough to enjoy it, but not, not be able to drive. So not be able to drive.
Right. Not be able to drive. Still be in control. Not be blasted.
Plus we ate food while we were there. Had some burgers and it worked out.
It took like 2 hours to drink, so I mean, we were there for a while.
And then the drive home was an hour. This place was far. It's far east of where we're at.
Yeah.
So we're having fun. We're doing this little beer trail. There's a map. The participating breweries have a map, and as you visit these places, you get a little stamp on it. And then when you fill your trail map up, you can turn it in. Oh, here we go. You can turn it. You can turn it in for a prize, but I think it's just a pint glass at the end. But yeah. It starts.
I'm dying here. Dying.
So thirsty. Oh my gosh. Landing on my face.
Yeah, that's the problem with being outside.
See, another thing, you're gonna have to go all the way inside and downstairs to refill the beers, man.
I am amazingly fast.
Whereas my garage, they're like right there.
Got a point.
I just mess with you, man.
I can see the point. But I might not make it downstairs because I might die of thirst before you're done with your beer.
Oh, one more thing.
But it was a good time. Although, before I go to get these beers.
Yes. See the flash, like on my glass. See the flash.
See the flash.
Like before the flash. Get the beers.
Musicians. Live musicians. We want to hear you sing, not tell stories. Maybe short stories. Like 8 words. And then sing the next song.
There was this musician there at the brewery, and
she sounded good enough.
Yeah, I mean, she played well enough and sang well enough, but she just spent so much time in between songs talking, like trying to have this narrative with her music. It's like you're talking too much. We get it.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit, and then sing again, or take a longer break or something in between. I don't know, but she just talked way too much. Too much story.
And maybe that works better if the crowd is there to see you.
Right.
Like apparently Arlo Guthrie was notorious for that.
Oh.
You go to a 2-hour Arlo Guthrie concert and you get like 5 songs. But all those people were there to see Arlo Guthrie. I don't know. I've never been to an Arlo Guthrie concert.
You say Arlo Guthrie, it reminds me of the Cheech and Chong record. They make fun of Arlo Guthrie on there.
Oh, okay. I was like, not catching the reference there, but I gotcha. So anyhow.
I need fire. No, I'm so good.
Okay, and now it's time for Steve Alone, the part of the show where Steve.
You should probably hand me that so I can
brew beer alone.
So I can
you're not totally alone. You can hang out with Nathan.
Well, if he says anything, I can.
Ask him about the meat. He bottled the meat.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, how did your mead process go? Jamey says you bottled your mead. All right, there we go. This should work. About 15 minutes on my steep. All right, I'm gonna put you there for now. How long does it need to stay in the bottle before you can drink it? I bet that tastes good. Maple mead. Never had that before. Some of the guys have done this recipe that I read about. They put maple syrup in there sometimes in the beer. I was supposed to have brown sugar in mine, but I forgot to get brown sugar. So whatever though. Yeah, he says he bottled the maple mead.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So not the rosemary garlic mead?
And I asked him like how long does it take before it's ready? He hasn't gotten back yet.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
As much as I love my friends in England, to heck with the British pour.
You didn't have to do a British pour. This is America.
I know, and I'm never doing American pours. They leave at least quarter-inch of room so you don't spill while you walk up the stairs. There's beer all over my stairs. I have to go wash the stairs.
Need some fire. Not too bad.
I am getting to the point where I need to start my timer.
Just a little bit of flame. Here you go. You can have your.
No, you can be the monitor guy.
You can have the monitor back.
Okay. You sit right here.
I have under 15 minutes left on my steep. So.
Okay, you'll be good.
This is really dark, man.
Ooh, well, it's a nut brown ale.
I know, but it's like really dark. Darker than I was expecting.
How dark brown are nuts?
I don't know. Nuts are typically not that dark.
No, like almonds, peanuts. Peanuts are almost white. Well,
Yeah.
peanuts aren't nuts. They're fruits. Are they fruits? I thought they were legumes
They are legumes.
or tubers.
But
Are
yeah,
they
almonds
tubers?
are light brown.
Right?
Walnuts are very light brown.
True.
You know,
Pecans.
kind of dark brown. Even the nut when you pull out the meat, it's dark brown.
Okay. All right. So
Just the ones I've
pecans.
had.
So that's a pecan brown ale.
Oh, I could have done that. I could have put pecans in there. Not during the secondary. Yeah.
What?
Pecan
Seriously?
nut brown ale. Yeah.
Ser-
I read about that. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Put a little brown sugar in there and then put pecans in it later.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think that would have been. I'm going to do that next time. I'm going to make a pecan brown ale if this comes out good. Yeah. There you go. It's happening.
So the one time that we did mead, it was way too sweet, so I brewed just the plain honey and did a 50-50 to cut the sweetness. What was left mixed together, so I got 5 gallons of the 50-50 and 3.5 gallons of the sweeter maple. So the one time that we did mead, what does that sound?
My bottom whistles.
It's like it's a happy bottle? Oh. Okay.
I don't know why it does that, but it does.
I don't. Just hope we're not all gonna die.
No. Did that last week too.
And a 5-gallon carboy of the garlic dark honey,
Oh,
which apparently is for. Okay, I got. Hold that thought.
what is garlic? Dark garlic.
Remember, he was talking about the rose, like with a lot of the,
right.
the dark honey meads. All they do is they just kind of burn through it, kind of,
Okay.
and make.
Yeah, there's we got some dark honey at the house. A few years ago, my wife was giving our apples away because we always had too many, and some lady that she had met at like an open air market kind of thing that did like homemade apples and not homemade apples, but like homemade honeys and things. You know, she would cultivate her own bees and she make different kinds of honeys and she make apple butters and that kind of stuff. Anyway, my wife was trading apples for honey.
This is a family broadcast, young man.
Oh,
I'm not even going to repeat your comment.
Usually it's me. Usually I slip up. There, let me read it because I want to have a good laugh. Yep, sounds about right. 22 years active duty in the Navy. Gorilla boy. Or Chewbacca.
All right, so I'm setting at 160. I got to start my timer. We're ready to go. The one time that I made mead, it was only a 1 gallon batch, and it was just that. It was honey and water, and we just capped it.
Okay.
Actually, I think we put a balloon on it because I didn't have a water lock.
A balloon?
Yeah.
Did it?
Yes, it did.
With all the gases,
filled up
yeah.
with CO2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have just under 11 minutes.
And my timer is starting now. Counting down.
Yeah, this looks like a stout. It's so dark. Now it's going to dilute a little bit when I add my, the rest of my water.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just really dark.
Well, and the other thing is
That's because of the chocolate, British chocolate malts, and the Logobond 60 crystal that's in here. It's going to be awesome. Oh. Got a bunch of floaters. Use that bag, but whatever.
it'll be all right, man.
It'll be fine.
It'll flocculate out. It'll separate out. It'll sink to the bottom.
That sounds like such a dirty word.
Racket. Flocculate?
Flocculate, right?
It does sound like something the Catholic Church would not condone.
Right. It's like, oh, look at they're flocculating.
Yes.
I've never seen a squirrel and a duck flocculate. You know?
That's really bad.
No, it sounds. It has such a dirty connotation to it. You know what I mean?
It does, but for those of you that might not be aware, it's when the yeast
Right.
clumps together and falls to the bottom of the keg and comes out of solution.
Pretty much, yeah. When the yeast is done, crapola. That reminds me. You know what I forgot?
Your yeast?
No, your yeast. My yeast is here.
Yes, it is.
I forgot to bring my Irish moss. Do you have any World Flux?
No, because I brought it all over to your house, remember? And left there.
All right, I guess I'm cold crashing this batch.
All right, nice.
Actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna do that because it's so dark. It's not gonna matter.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to see. Yeah. I don't even worry about it.
Oh. Speaking of, I meant to put the gas on the what keg? Red ale. I meant to put the gas on the red ale. I'll do it when I get home.
So I put the Temptation Ale in the keg and hit that. That's charged right now.
Yeah.
We'll let it sit at 30. I got no leaks in my system. I tested everything with soapy water.
No, good.
There's like half a gallon of soapy water in the bottom of my kegerator, but there are no leaks in the system.
Oh yeah, I cleaned out my kegerator too. I got tired of the dribbles. I'm like, all right, you're getting clean. So I cleaned it, sanitized
Oh
it.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Say hi to Jem. Hi, Jem.
Hello.
That would be Gemelia Edwards, formerly Gemelia.
Is this the same Gem I see on the channel?
Yes.
On the Discord? Okay.
The Gem.
The Gem. Okay.
Yes.
The Gem. Hello, Gem.
My good friend Jem. From England, married to my good friend Peter. Thanks for dropping
Yeah,
by.
because you went to the wedding. I remember.
Right. Yeah, we kind of bounce back and forth. We converse, and then we look at the iPad.
Right.
And then we converse, and then we look at the iPad. It's a system. Pretty much the best broadcast this side of the Columbia River.
Right. And the most professional.
Absolutely the most professional. We have a whole production team of us.
Of us. Yeah. But you know what? We have a second camera now.
We do have a second camera, and we're going to use that later on when we start getting like to the hot break, which is cool. It's almost like flocculation.
There's that dirty word again.
Waiting for. I'm so happy you could make it too.
You know, it's kind of funny just looking at the setup. I mean, it's put together with duct tape. It's just like,
Dude, why you gotta break the fourth wall, man?
because it's funny.
No, he's lying. It's like a $10,000 Red 10 camera with all the bells and whistles.
10,000 pesos.
Look, dude, you're ruining it. You're ruining it. Stop. You're amazing, professional. Everything is under control. They don't need to know. It's the illusion. The illusion. They don't need to know that there's a tarp covered in snails behind the
Oh, yeah.
computer.
Don't tell everybody there's a tarp behind it.
Well, that's because there isn't a tarp. There's nothing. There's a wall. We're actually in a studio we built. There's
a green screen.
Yeah, these are green screen, not here. Right.
I'm getting a little too hot.
All right, so we are cooking beer.
Too hot.
I'm a little warm too.
I mean, I'm not over my mark. I'm at 70 Celsius, but I don't want to go any higher than that.
I'm at 160.
All right, I have almost 5.5 minutes remaining.
So Steve is doing a nut brown ale, which we don't have a name for. It's just a nut brown ale.
Basic nut brown ale. Right?
It's English, so you should be happy. Both these beers are English beers. And I'm doing a Newcastle ale, which is also a brown ale.
Well, used to be. No thanks to Lagunitas,
Yeah, well, okay, so but it's still a British-born ale.
I know. I'm just talking smack because I like the original Newcastle, like we were discussing earlier. It was good. I mean, was it import? That's why I liked it.
You should look for a Bass Ale clone.
Bass Ale clone?
Yeah, Bass Ale, which is also no longer brewed in England.
Yeah, I know.
What's up with your country, Jem? I mean, you're letting all your beers go. Actually, it's Heineken.
Heineken's like buying everybody out, kind of.
Well, yeah, it happens everywhere. There's only like 3 beer brewers in the entire world.
Yeah. Ooh, excuse me.
The best setups are MacGyvered together. Indeed.
I know, right? Quick, I need a toothpick. And it's bubble gum.
Put a piece of bark under that table leg to shim it so it doesn't wobble. The computer's too hot. What do we do? Put a cookie sheet under it.
And then cover it with use a snail-covered tarp to cover the black sun. But it's behind the camera.
That's right. It's behind the camera. What you see is just me and Steve, professional, sitting here, calm, cool, collected.
Drinking beer.
Never frazzled. Drinking beer. So that's what we're doing. Jem says, I will not take responsibility for anything England is to blame for, unless it's for something good. Oh, she's one of those immigrants.
Expound.
See.
Please.
Well, someone I know may be Turkish.
Okay, gotcha.
Although, where were you born? Were you born in Turkey or were you born in England? You have zero, zip, zilch, nada Turkish accent whenever I talk to you.
I've been to Turkey one time. I went to Antalya back in the 90s. Back when Billabong was popular.
I've seen a turkey.
You've seen a turkey?
A turkey. Like the bird. I was close. I was on the Greek side of Cyprus.
Never been to Cyprus.
Really?
Nope.
Huh,
I've been to Greece, but never been to Cyprus. No, it was pretty funny because we were there in Antalya, and Buddy and I we got off the ship and we just went to a coffee shop and had some coffee and a pastry or whatever, and I about fell out of my chair because my bill was like 2 million Turkish lira, which was about $20. It was just funny seeing that many digits.
Zeros?
I'm like, whoa, But it was Turkish lira, which was
right.
The exchange rate was huge,
All right, so Jem is from Cyprus, but you're from the north part, aren't you? You're from like Turkish Cyprus. Cyprus.
That's kind of a schism, isn't it, between Turkey
it's cut in half. Cyprus
and Greece over Cyprus, right?
Yeah. Jem would know more about it.
Right.
Yeah. Born in London, family are from Cyprus. I've only had a layover in Turkey.
That was me in Amsterdam one time. I was like, I've been to Amsterdam, had a layover.
Yeah, that's my whole thing with Cork.
Yeah.
Cork, Ireland. You been to Ireland?
Yeah. For
Where?
20 minutes.
The duty-free zone.
Yeah.
Actually, I went to the smoke pit and looked out the bars. Said, look, there's Ireland. Oh, shoot, time to fly away. I was considering when we went to Jem and Peter's wedding, I was considering going to Ireland.
Yeah.
I thought, maybe we'll do it this way. But the ferry ride from Ireland to England would have sucked up every single dollar plus some that I saved on airfare by flying to Ireland instead of England.
That fare ride's expensive.
It was like €500.
Wasn't there a train?
Or pounds or...
Can't you take a train? No.
That's from France.
I'm thinking of that's the tunnel.
Yeah.
Under the channel. Yeah.
They have, there's that.
Conflating my country, sorry.
There's not the same thing from Ireland and England. You still got to float across on a boat.
Just like that?
Yeah.
I've been to Dublin. It was the 90s again.
You went to all the cool places. You know where I went? Dubai. And Dubai.
I did Dubai enough times as well.
Yeah, well, that's what I did. I went to Rome a
I
few
spent
times.
the better part of a year in Dubai. It was really hot.
Yeah, no, thank you. Not my cup of tea.
It was weird because the dust would kick up.
Things don't go underwater.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Well, we're gonna have to change that.
Let's catch up with the comments, Steve.
Okay.
This is a part of the show where we catch up with the comments. All right, we got
All right.
Nathan needs an avocado, a pen, and a snorkel.
Okay.
You know, we could just stop right there and just let that one hang.
Let my imagination run on that
You
one.
just go with that. Avocado, a pen, and a snorkel. Are you building a bong?
You
know,
can.
That was the whole joke, you know. Did you ever see Half Baked?
I've seen people build a bong out of an apple
Half Baked was kind of funny
and a rock.
because they did the whole different kinds of stoners, right?
Yeah.
And then there was the engineer stoner was one of them.
The
And
engineer.
they're like, how are we gonna build a bong? And the guy's like, all right, I need a Barbie doll, a roll of toilet paper, and a spring. It's like, okay.
All right. Oh, this is gonna be hot because I don't have my tie off. That's right though.
All right, so Jem refuses to take responsibility for all the bad things in England and claims credit for all the good things in England.
Yeah, you
That's
read that one already.
Yep. Nathan needs an avocado, a pen, and a snorkel, which confuses me. We've discussed that Jem was born in London, but she's got Turkish roots from Cyprus. Travel is expensive over here. It was, man. I mean, because we were paying by the liter, and I was paying like £4 a liter when I was driving around in England. It was crazy expensive.
That's high.
Nathan very correctly pointed out that trains do not go underwater. Thank you, Nathan, for that. We were confused, but it's
I was
clear.
thinking the tunnel under the channel, but that goes to France, not.
To which Jem replied that yes, we do have the Channel Tunnel that goes from.
That's
England
where
to
I was
France.
conflating France and England there, you know.
Right, exactly. And so now,
Which might be offensive.
what's offensive?
Conflating France and England, that would be offensive, man, to somebody who's over there. You know?
I mean, the English royal family is German. Really, like obviously they don't like speak German and eat strudel or anything. Well, I imagine they eat strudel. You guys have strudel in England, right? We have strudel here. It comes wrapped in plastic and you microwave it.
Yo,
We are such a cultured nation.
where do you want the sack? The sack.
Over there,
Just
on the ground.
how far? Like I'm gonna hook it from here. And laugh when it flies.
Dude, you're gonna splatter stuff all over there. But you know,
You think it's gonna break?
no, I don't think it's gonna break. But I think as you huck it, all your beer is gonna. I think about 0.8 meters. Perfect, right there.
Yeah.
That's exactly where it needs to be.
All right, I'm gonna do this a little differently. I'm gonna bring my heat up. It's not even on. I'm gonna get it to the very top of a rolling boil, and then I'm gonna take it off the flame, and then I'm gonna put my malts in there.
So you're gonna get it to the boil first,
And
kill
then
the
put
flame,
malts in it,
add the fermentables, and then bring it back to a
up,
boil.
and then start the timer.
Okay. Hey, so
Oh,
I'm looking at the wrong thing.
I'm gonna need my hops, man.
I will get them.
Okay.
I mean, they're in the fridge. I actually know where they are.
Okay.
I think. Pretty sure. And your yeast.
Okay.
I know you have zero faith in me, and that's probably an earned thing, but still, I got this.
And my tank is whistling again.
So today we have 2 cameras, which Steve mentioned.
I don't need this anymore.
Nope.
I don't need you anymore. What? That's my new country song.
It needs some work.
Like more lyrics?
Like a lot more lyrics.
I know what
Kinda
else
like-
needs a lot more lyrics.
What's that? Hold my beer?
Better beer through metal.
That needs lyrics. Well, you do have
There
some
are
lyrics.
some lyrics. It just needs more.
Lots more. I'm telling you. All right. What's in the sack? It looks like haggis. Yeah, pretty close, really.
Close. No, it's the steeping grains I use for my beer. Just various types of barley, and in fact, British chocolate malt is in there. and it just adds character and color to the beer. It's kind of like a giant tea bag, honestly. You know?
It's like the beginnings of malto meal.
Yeah, yeah. Just all grain.
If they made hot cereal out of barley.
And I did not squeeze it because I've heard that's bad.
I'm just waiting for That's What She Said to come floating across the comments anywhere. No, I wanted to try. I never tried haggis when I was in England.
Oh, okay, okay. I didn't either. So
It was something I want to try because that's like a famous food.
there's something I really want to ask if you tried, but it over there it's just a dessert, but here it sounds like a naughty thing.
What is it?
You want me to say it?
Wait. Spotted dick?
Spotted dick.
I did not try that. I did not. See, I missed out. But you know what I did try? Every beer from Canterbury to Broadstairs to London back to Canterbury.
That's right. That's the guy. That's the Yankee that was mixing his beers, mixing his liquor.
That was so weird.
Did you tell your friends about that?
Yeah, but the thing is that guy is the only one. Like nobody has
He's probably
reacted that
he's
way.
probably just having fun with you, you know.
I guess so. I mean, just
I don't let anybody in here.
that was so cool. I gotta tell you. I mean, man. I mean, now part of it, of course, is that we both spoke a version of English, so we could communicate really well.
Sure.
It would be harder in Spanish, but maybe I could pull it off in Spanish. I'm getting better at Spanish every day because I have a lot of Spanish people come in and buy auto parts,
Sure.
and they don't speak English, and so I speak Spanish. But that was, I got to tell you, that was really cool. Everybody here in the broadcast, that was so cool. I'm sitting in a bar in Bridge, England, which is a little tiny town, right? You could drive across it in about 45 seconds, the whole town.
Oh, like Coopville.
Big, a bit smaller.
Smaller than Coopville?
Smaller than Coopville. Very small.
Empire Connect.
Yeah, but it had 3 pubs.
Hey, at
And
least they got their priorities straight.
and I went to every one of them multiple times. Like me and Wendy just kind of hung out in them. It was a lot of fun. But yeah,
Honestly, that's what I would do.
I was hanging in the one, and one of the guys from one of the other pubs, I'm going to assume that he enjoyed the conversation we had the night before or so. Because, comes in the door, he's like, oh, they'll let anyone in here. And I turn around, he's looking right at me. It's like, I'm a tourist. They spend money. They love me. Yeah, that was one of the best vacations I've ever been on. England, I only almost died once while driving, and I got to the sidewalk before anybody died.
Did you get on the wrong side?
Of course I did. No, I made a turn. It's like, oh, shoot. And I was like, look, there's a sidewalk. And I just parked the car on the sidewalk in the middle of nowhere.
Everybody knew. They're like, yep, that's an American.
Yeah, right there. Bang.
I've never driven in England, but I did drive in Australia, which also drives on that side of the road, the same side that England does. Yeah, it took me a minute to get used to it. I had this little van, and I had to shift with my left hand with the clutch and all that.
Mm-hmm.
That took a little bit of getting used to.
Yeah, I tried to get Wendy to shift for me. She's like, no. Okay.
Not doing it.
So the problems were, there was only, like I said, there was twice that I was like clearly on the wrong side of the road, and my wife like laid into me. Fixed it. The only one that was a little bit interesting, really, was I came around a corner, super narrow road and bridge. They're like half-lane roads, which how they fit whole cars on these half-lane roads, I don't know.
It's like that in Japan as well.
Yeah,
how do you do that?
And they have cars parked on them. It's like, how do you drive down this road? Anyhow, so come around, right? So they automatically turned to the way that you would turn in England. And I automatically turned the way you would turn in America when you're in an emergency situation. So what ended up happening? We both turned into each other. Boom. And then he stopped, and I drove down this random road and drove away really fast.
Like,
come on, you can't see me.
That was beer. Dear me.
How narrow are your roads? They are paths. They are footpaths. We have bicycle trails wider than your roads, Jem. Bicycle trails.
Well, you got to think too. I mean, the whole island that makes up, the UK is not a lot of landmass there. You know what I mean? So you have to make do with what you got.
Well, that
Yeah.
and the fact
Same with Japan. They have only limited land.
we'll go to New York.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Like, just go to New York
Been
and
there.
go into some of the old places. The old chunks in New York. The roads are not very narrow there. I mean, the places that they've torn down and built back up, yeah, the roads are wide now. But if you go into any old place where the infrastructure existed before the automobile was the thing,
Right.
yeah, the roads are narrower. Horse and buggy type stuff or footpath type stuff.
It's not very warm. It's all right.
Well, I'm very warm. It's stupid hot here today. It needs to get back to winter.
Well, we do have two sources of fire.
England is so old they only had horses. England is so old that the primordial ooze covered it at one point.
Oh man, I didn't do that.
Yeah, England's just a little bit older than us. But we have that you don't? The Minnesota Vikings. Huh? That means something.
What does that mean?
Wait for the comments.
I was just saying, I have no idea. Give me some context, man. I have no idea what that means.
Somebody might be a Minnesota Vikings fan.
Oh, gotcha.
I've decided to be a Manchester United fan. Not because I know anything about the club, but because you see it in Hollywood and they're always like, Manchester
I was about to say, it
United.
reminds me of that movie Euro Trip.
Yes, Manchester United. They're always so English.
Well, damn them for being English,
I'm talking about in Hollywood,
Oh, I
it's
know,
just,
I know.
mean, it is like stereotype on top of stereotype type
Right.
stuff. It's really cool.
Leave it
So yeah,
up.
although maybe Chelsea, because I think it's just awesome that you could name your whole football team a girl's name.
Sticky.
You're gonna get sticky.
This is a family show, and I'll remind myself of that.
We've done good.
Or I would have described you with a colorful metaphor.
Well, heaven forbid you use a colorful. Dude, how long have we been broadcasting? I don't know. 57 minutes? No. We cannot lose control.
We're only
yet.
on the second beer. We can't lose control.
Right,
after a few
still-
beers.
There are no S-bombs or F-bombs. It's all shoot and fudge. Darn it.
Darn it.
Gosh. The year of Brett Favre. Really, what year has the Vikings been relevant? The year of Brett Favre. Like, seriously, she likes American football.
Nothing wrong with that.
I don't even
I don't
like
give
American
crap
football.
about football, but I mean, it's interesting that someone outside of America likes football. I mean, that's cool.
Well, you know what's very interesting is...
Which I'm just laughing because we call it football, but everywhere else, football is what we call soccer. So it's kind of
Yeah, but you have... I
So-
mean, the only thing you can say is American football.
mhm.
It doesn't have another name.
no, yeah, just American football. Yeah. I mean, I don't have a team. I don't follow anybody. I did for a while when I was in the Navy.
It's
I
kind
just
of like
kinda-
gentrified rugby.
I just kind of went and roam kind of thing. Wherever I was stationed, I would just kind of go for whoever was there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
And then once I left that area, it's like, whatever.
Of course, I like English beer. So this is an interesting.
Oh
this
yeah,
is
we
a
drink
worthwhile
more English style
combination.
beers than anything, honestly.
It-
Or
well, the
make 'em as
truth
well,
is, the truth is, I mean, we were just talking. So Russian Imperial Stout.
Not
right?
Russian.
It is not Russian. It is English. So one of the czars, maybe it was Peter the Great, doesn't matter. One of the czars visited England, and one of the breweries there served him their stout, and he loved it. And so they sent him
Excuse me.
like 1,500 barrels, and it went bad. It didn't make it.
Oh.
And so they tried again, though, and they adjusted the recipe and just basically made it stronger, right? And sent it over there. He still loved it, and bada bing, bada boom, we got Russian Imperial Stout, which is not Russian. It's English. I mean, it's very interesting. Think of all the really cool beers that we like. What is their nation of origin? England.
Yeah.
I mean, we like lagers and stuff, but that's kind of the German thing, if you think about it, right? That's the whole Reinheitsgebot. They're all lagers and all these strict rules on brewing beer, right?
The song went through my head when you said that.
Reinheitsgebot! All right, so I call it evens. She likes American football. You like English beer. I call it evens.
Nice.
I'm
We
good with
compliment each
that.
other.
But no, seriously, I mean, it's amazing because people don't think of England when they think of beer,
Right.
unless they know beer. At
Typically,
which point,
it's probably just going to be like your Budweiser drinkers and Miller Lite drinkers. But don't think about that, you know.
right? They don't, and that's no slam on them, you know.
No, I know that. I'm not trying to be that beer snooty, but folks, you know, that just drink American yellow lagers. They just don't really think outside of that realm. You know what I mean?
Right,
They
and
never had to, or probably don't care.
for some reason, Germany got this reputation. But really, if you apply those Reinheitsgebot rules too strictly, really all your beer is going to taste the same.
Right. And
It's
that's
like,
not good necessarily. You know.
of course, the new kid on the block in the beer world really is America. I mean, no lie, because we've got the whole New England IPAs and the crazy things we're doing here, and of course we break the rules. That's what Americans do. It's like, oh, it's a rule. It was a rule. Of course, we do stupid things too. It's not so much American. It's just brewers trying to go too far. They're like, "Oh, this is my," and they'll call it something. And
Yeah,
it's
we were
like,
talking about
it's
that.
not that.
It's
That
like they're
is-
trying too hard. It's like, stop trying too hard. Just make
So,
your
for
beer and
example-
run with it.
So, for example, an India Pale Ale, of course, we know. Well, you and I, and if you don't know, we'll give a brief thing. You know, an India Pale Ale is defined by certain characteristics. It's usually pale.
Usually pale, kind of a golden pale. It's usually very
Right.
deep.
It can be shades, but you're not gonna get a really dark color out of the India Pale Ale. What you're gonna get is like a golden color, golden to really light pale golden. It's really hoppy, so like it's hard to describe hoppy.
Like sometimes it's like you're drinking Christmas tree extract.
Yeah, those are the extreme ones.
On the extreme, yeah.
Right. Generally, it's a higher ABV.
Yeah.
You know, they're not light beers in the ABV world. And that's an IPA. That's what an IPA is. That's what it should be. But people make these things and they call them IPAs, and it's like it is none of
well
these
outside
things.
the IPA, yeah.
Like the black IPA,
Yeah.
which was, I mean, okay, so I get the idea. They by calling it the black
It's
IPA,
more,
they're like,
well, the real name is Cascadian Dark.
okay,
And they called it a black IPA because it had all the same characteristics of an IPA, except one of the steeping grains was black malt, which made it very dark. But everything else was just like a regular IPA.
right, okay.
And that's a Washington thing. That's not a roll thing. That's just regional.
I saw it on the internet. Somebody picked it up.
So, but yeah, Cascadian Dark. That's the real name of a black IPA. The black IPA is more of the colloquial name, you know, if you want to call it that. All right, I don't think I'm gonna worry about getting this boiling yet. It's kind of taking too long.
You're not gonna go there.
Well,
You know what,
I'm gonna
Steve?
kill my flame and I'm gonna.
I think
add my
it's
malts.
time to switch cameras and show people what's in the pots.
Throw them in the pot.
Okay, is my timer still going? Oh, I got 2 minutes and 16 seconds left.
By heating my wort, though, it will make my stuff dissolve a little easier.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you.
Especially the dry malts I'm putting in. The dry malts tend to froth up.
Oh, you're gonna run into that problem anyways. So anyways,
Pour it all over my spoon.
we are gonna do something new this time, and we're gonna switch cameras. And do that here. Just press a button down at the ground. See if we can get it to where you can see into both pots at the same time. Pretty close. It's a new part of Ride for the Tim, looking into a pot. So you can see Steve adding his fermentables, which is basically grain tea that's been reduced and completely dehydrated to this powdery sugar.
Yeah, this is just malted barley that's, yeah, exactly. It's reduced down to powder.
Did
You
you
just dehydrated. Yeah.
did you pour your
No, not yet. I'm going to get this part done first. Get out of there. The steam kind of made it
oh,
chunky.
you know what? I forgot to do something.
You forget.
I forgot to use the virtual camera. All right, so we're not going to do that feature this week. Come back in 2 weeks and we'll use that feature.
What do you mean it's not set up?
Yeah, I forgot to use the virtual OBS camera. We're just using the iPad camera.
Oh.
Hot cam.
Well,
Yep. And I don't want to switch in the middle of the stream. It'll just screw it up.
that's fine. I get it.
So 2 weeks from now,
Ow, that was hot. Next broadcast.
2 weeks from now, we will have that mistake fixed, and I will set it up. Again, we are the most professional broadcast this side of the Columbia River. It's time! All right.
We're going to be cutting it close.
What do you mean?
I'm not even boiling yet, man.
Oh, you're not. It'll be okay. It's a 90-minute boil. You got your flame on? Are you heating?
No, because I'm about to put liquid malt extract in there.
Oh, okay.
I don't want it to scorch the bottom.
All right.
I will here in a moment, as soon as I get the rest of this stuff in. All right, there you go.
I think we'll be all right. So you can see my beer's a little bit darker. It is a little darker than it usually is.
Yeah, but you use chocolate malt.
I did.
British chocolate malt.
British chocolate malt. Beet
I
chocolate.
think makes it a little bit darker actually. Might have a little bit
Yes.
more dark in there.
Next week we will have pot cam.
Pot cam 2.0.
This time, actually setting it up correctly. I'm really
All
disappointed.
right, I'm gonna put my liquid malt extracts in there.
Wow, even that stuff's dark.
Yeah, it's an amber. That's why this is gonna be a really dark beer, but that's fine though.
I like
It's a brown
dark
ale.
beer.
It's supposed to be dark. It'll dilute some once I put in the water to catch it up at 5 gallons. You know.
Oh,
Now, get some of this. Put it in here. Yeah, the ladle works a lot better.
oh, want me to
It-
get?
No,
Is it too late?
it's too late.
It's too late.
I've already started putting it in here, and it's just one can, so I'm not worried about it.
We do have a ladle though, by the way.
It's all right. A bit more should be fine. And there goes the frothiness. All right, I am going to go ahead and cap this real quick. Get my heat going.
All right. I don't need this anymore either.
All right, flame on.
Flame on!
Oh, I'm going to be sticky now.
There's a sink in there.
Yeah, the malt extracts that come out here. Is the camera even on me?
Yes, the camera's on.
The malt extracts that come out here, it's like molasses, like a little more fluid, and it's very sticky. So, ooh, it's hot, obviously.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my extracts now, which my extracts are also dry malt extracts.
All right. Now that that's all in, ooh, hot food, hot food.
Can I have my knife back?
No,
These?
you have a sticky knife now.
Thanks, sir.
Now that my malt extracts are in, I'm going to bring what's called wort, or wort, depending on how you want to pronounce it. It's spelled W-O-R-T, but some people pronounce it wort, like W-E-R-T. Bring it to a nice rolling boil, not aggressive, but just nice smooth roller. And I'll kick off my timer, and I'll throw in my hops and kick off my timer for 1 hour.
We would show you all this if somebody had
Yeah, you could see this process.
somebody had
Could have
set
seen
up
this
the camera
process.
right.
I'm gonna go wash my hands. I am really sticky.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I hate being sticky too. I'm with it. So now it's again time for Jamey Alone, the part of the show where Jamey is alone. But I'm not completely alone because somewhere in Florida, where it is really freaking hot, there's a cat who brews mead and he's chatting back at me. I like that. Makes it easier to do these things, you know? Been having a good time here. The van, my wife's minivan, her radiator gave up. So that's how I spent today. Instead of going to church, I since we only have one car and I don't want to leave my wife stranded. I live out of town, so if one of us takes the car and the other car isn't running, the one who's stuck here is really stuck here. Which sometimes that doesn't matter. Like right now, I don't have a car, but it doesn't matter. I ain't going nowhere.
But you have my car, or truck in this case.
Well, yeah, I mean, if in a true emergency, like
Right.
if I cut
I
my
probably
hand off
wouldn't.
or
I probably
something.
wouldn't be here normally.
But still, you know, it is what it is. But you know, we grew up with one car when I was a kid. We had one car.
Yeah. Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was just my mom and me. Yeah, same thing. Just had one car.
Well, my mom and dad stayed together. I mean, and they are together now. You know that. But even then, we had one car. I think at one point my dad got himself a pickup.
You know what? I should have grabbed those hops when I was inside.
That's okay. I'll grab them. I want to grab them, and I'll grab the snacks. So you just stay right here and relax.
All right. I want to clean up real quick.
More Jamey alone.
Okay.
Just say something so people know you're here.
Something.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Should have known that.
Totally knew that.
Order. Catching on my shoes. All right. Now we wait.
Now we wait.
You wouldn't happen to have like a paper plate thing, would you?
Might.
I gotta separate out my hops because I have a weird.
Oh, you have another one of those?
Yeah. I gotta split the 1 ounce bag. You know.
All right. Let me mix up all this malt extract and then.
That's fine. I have a long time before I'm gonna be ready to boil. I mean, it's shimmering, but I don't think it's quite ready. I would have let it go longer, but it just seemed like it was taking way too long, and I didn't want it to like all of a sudden, boil like it's done in the past, and then make a mess.
Well, no, and especially since you're using DME. I mean, there was that one time you went in and I couldn't get up. I don't know why I couldn't get up. I couldn't get. It was like and I'm watching your stuff boil over. It's like no, there's nothing I could do. Just watch it boil over and know that you were not going to be happy when you walked back in the room.
Yeah.
And you were not. You were not happy at all.
It happens. All right, got my timer ready. Any new words?
Any new words? Just a little double entendre. Time to pull your sack out from Nathan.
Yes, sir. Sack is out. I appreciate his sense of humor. It's much like mine.
It is.
Because I've almost every broadcast I kind of refer to the sack like that as a double entendre.
How's your beer?
It's tasty. How's yours?
Empty for like 10 minutes now. What have you been doing?
Are you not tasting your beer?
I taste my beer. I taste my beer just fine.
Who's the airman now?
Right? Okay, that's all mixed up. You need a paper plate, right?
Or just something I can use. It under your paper plate.
Nope.
Something I can use to separate the hops down a little bit.
We got a comment.
Here, let me finish this, and then you can run in.
Beer is too many steps. I will stick to mead. Put honey, water, yeast hulls, yeast nutrients, combine carboy. Let go. No heat, no cooling, no nothing.
You know, he's not wrong. that it's not that many steps, obviously.
Shove it in a jar.
Boom,
Put the lock
done.
on it. See you when you're done.
I think you need to raise bees again, man. We should try to make some meat sometime. You know,
We can do it.
we have a consultant we can talk to. Hey,
Yeah,
dude,
right.
what do we do here? You know.
I still have the hives. In fact, there's probably a swarm of bees down in there right now.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I do. I raise bees on occasion. I know where I can get
Once
like,
every 15 years.
well, I know where I can get a nuke too. A nuke is
I was gonna say what?
NUC, nuke, and a nuke is like 10 to 20,000 bees and then one queen.
Hmm.
And you get them, and you can put them in your hive.
Gotcha.
And
So
there's
you just like it's like poof, instant population, huh?
yeah,
You know?
that's the way you buy it, and that's the idea, you know.
Right. Right here.
Entertain our loyal viewer, and I'm gonna go get his beers and a paper plate.
Oh, Jim's got to go.
Bye, Jim.
Hey, take care, Jim. Thanks for hanging out.
Bye, Jim. It is late in England.
I know. Yeah, it is. It is. So. All right. Yeah, in all seriousness, though, I'd like to give meat a shot one of these days, man. Since Jamey does have the bees, maybe we can make it happen. Might have to pick your brain a little bit. That's okay. All right, come on. Get that boil going. Excuse me. Well, my wort is taking sweet time today. Nice. So I imagine in the mead world, there's probably some pretty crazy things out there, like some weird flavors. Like for instance, like some of the beers out there just have some strange names, which indicate some weird flavor, like chili beer or whatever. But I imagine the same way in the mead world, you can mix and match things maybe to make it unique.
Over 7,000 years ago, God gave us a libation, and now this divine beverage
Thank you, sir.
is brewed in every nation. And that's as much as you get, because the song's not ready yet.
Oh, I wanted to do my part. It's okay. I'm joking. Ooh,
Try those.
I'm gonna have some serious gas later. It's gonna be
Yes.
awesome.
All right. So we got Iggy's, which you could probably balance on top of there, but they'll say.
Hard-boiled eggs and beer. Our wives are gonna love us.
Oh, that's supposed to be. She's the one that told me to eat all of these, every single one of them.
Oh, that's gonna happen, man.
Yeah, these are pretty good.
Yeah. Farm-raised eggs. Get that?
That's true.
Oh,
My
look at
kid
that.
raises these eggs.
Boil these cups.
Cups.
Oh.
Which ones are first?
They're Mount Hood.
Both of yours are the same?
Yeah, they're the same.
There you are, sir.
All right. Yep. What do you get?
Actually, I'm going to throw stuff away
Already?
Oh. So today, I can't see the comments. Is Nathan still with us?
Yeah.
I imagine he is. He's a trooper.
Yeah, no, I was asking about mead. He says we're welcome to pick his brain. Here you go. For, guidance and stuff.
Thank you. So I was going to say that today, since you're hanging out with us, and because of the physical layout of brewing at my house, we can go ahead and show you the wort chiller process. And if we're brewing at my house again next week, which really does depend on whether it rains or not, to be honest.
All right.
Because, so we have an awning, right? Kind of in the shade. But if it rains, these little microphones, all they pick up is the pop, 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 pop of the rain. That's it. Anyways, we'll show you the wort chiller process today because of the way we sit.
There we go. All right, when I get down to 15 minutes remaining, I will add the other half ounce of hops. And yeah, I'll be ready to chill. Stabilize that freaking flame.
So if it's not just honey and yeast, so what about your, seriously, what about your garlic mead? Or is that all you do? You just tell the other, just put in the other ingredient that you threw in there. So just so you know, because you're not reading, not your fault, I'm just saying, because it's way over here. He says, pick all you want. Stepdad does most of the work. I just buy the honey and tell him the crazy flavors I'm thinking of. Mead is the term only given to honey wine. If you add anything other than honey, it has a different name, even though it all falls under the mead realm. But if it's not just honey and yeast, it's called something else.
Okay.
So in the beer world, we have two very broad categories.
Ale and water.
Exactly. Ale and lager. Everything that is beer is one of those two things. Is it kind of similar for mead? I mean, because we have like apple beers and apricot beers and raspberry beers, which I like on occasion. They're not Steve's thing, but I like them.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the fruit beers, but I think the way those are brewed typically is they use fruit extracts later in the brewing process.
They add them.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of fruit flavors that you can get just with the yeast. That's the cool thing about yeast.
Yeah, pitch at a certain temperature, it's going to impart a flavor. Oh. There it is. Textbook.
There you go. Add your hops, start your timer, rock and roll. So this is the foam we're talking about. There's probably about at least a half to 3/4 of an inch of this all across the top of the pot. And it only seems to happen when we use dry malt extracts.
Yeah. It reduces eventually, but it's there for a while though. Like mine's finally reduced down a little bit because I got my boil going. Hops kind of help it too. Something in the hops kind of helps break down that foam.
Well, hops have a lot of stuff in them. Not the least of which is some strong preservatives.
Sure.
You know, dusty IPAs.
Oh,
all right.
Your wife's home.
Oh, sweet. Nathan, please expound upon the yes and no comment. So he was saying that whole thing we did about lagers versus ales. He's like, yes and no.
Oh, okay.
Because I know I've heard of blueberry meads and mainly different berry meads is what I've heard.
Right. Well, it just sounds like if it's not like pure mead, then it's something else, you know, the way he was describing it. So. It's like, well, it's mead based, but because you added all these other things in there, you're no longer really mead technically, you know, or historically or whatever, you know.
So Wendy wants us to eat these all. So
Okay.
don't fail me.
I'm not feeling it. My wife is gonna love it tonight. You did a good job with this.
Yeah. She thinks that she likes. She makes them with bacon bits, and she also makes one where she adds just a little bit of pickle juice to the mixture. Hey, kiddo, stand by. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Excuse us.
Keep going, Jaime.
Hey.
All right. Here we go. If you add grapes to mead, it's called a piment. Pyment. Not sure if that's the right saying. Oh, shoot. Hold on. We need.
It's like rising dough.
We'll be right back with you.
Wow, you got a lot of froth, man.
Yep. Almost lost this one. Go ahead.
I can't get the key out of the Suburban. I don't know. It's stuck. I can't get it out.
I'll take care of it later.
Thank you.
Hi, baby.
How's it going?
World, my wife. Wife, world.
Rocking on.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
All right. Almost back on track.
Just get this craziness under control.
Sure, man.
That ain't rolling. That's roiling.
That's pretty roiling. Yeah.
So, what Nathan was saying, if you add grapes, it's got one term, Pyment, piment. I'm going to go with piment. If you add fruit, it has another name. And if you add herbs, it has yet another name.
Yeah. Learned something new, man. I did not know that about meat at all.
Neither did I.
That's cool, though. I mean, I appreciate that. Actually, it's, you know, that
Well, it's always
there's
interesting.
a system to it. You know what I mean?
All right.
As a non-meat guy, it's kind of cool to hear that. You know.
How did you get into mead, anyways? I mean, we got into beer because beer.
We drink beer.
Yeah.
For a long time, yeah. Even before we brew, we'd hang out and drink beer. There's this place in town that you could buy individual bottles, and it was usually regional breweries, local breweries, you know, just craft beer type stuff. And we'd go buy random beers we wanted to try, and no kidding, we would take pictures of the bottles, document everything because we wanted to keep a record of all these beers. And then one day we're like, hey, let's brew some beer. And I had brewing equipment that had just kind of been sitting in the garage all dusted up, and so we started brewing with my original equipment. And then expanded.
Which, by the way, I still own.
Yeah. Yeah. That brew kettle was his, but that was my first burner, actually.
I think the Carboy's yours too.
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
secondaries, I don't know how that fits into things.
Those were mine. You bought a keg, which you have more kegs now, and you
Yeah.
bought that pot. And then that spoon's yours.
But you bought the spoon and then gave it to
No,
me.
no. Oh, I did. That's right.
Because I had a short spoon. Because I forgot to buy a spoon when I was there.
Ah, okay.
And you're like, I have something for you. So even this spoon is yours.
No, there's a gift. Yeah.
As is this burner and everything else. And so it's all mine.
Now, it was interesting, though, when I bought my house, the previous owners left a bunch of like 5 and 6 gallon carboys in there. And that's where all those carboys came from. Remember my little outdoor woodshed?
Mm-hmm.
They were in that woodshed. There was like 6 or 7 of them in there. There's still brewing equipment in there from the previous owners. I don't know if I trust it or not, but it's been there, for 15 years,
If it's
whatever.
glass or steel, you can clean it.
No, it's like a bucket, and there's some other things in there.
Plastic bucket?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's garbage.
There's other stuff in it too, but I have to
Or
go
you can
look,
use it for motor oil or
go
something.
look and see what's in the bucket actually. Yeah. But yeah, all those carboys came from, most of the carboys came from the previous owners. So that was pretty neat.
All right, there we go. I got my boil under control finally. That was
Yeah.
a little exciting for a minute.
Like, ah!
Too much heat, too much craziness.
Oh yeah, we've had boil overs where it's like, oh no, you know.
Oh man, when we first started broadcasting, not so much when we first started brewing, because we've been brewing for years and years and years.
Man. Yeah.
Although not consistently, but we have been doing it.
Right.
We've only been broadcasting for maybe a year or two.
Yeah, we started brewing before I left for California.
Right. I mean, and you were in California for 6 years.
Yeah.
All right. Let's set a timer. But for some odd reason, oops, wrong way.
Yeah, I'll just boil the wort chiller, man.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good way to do it.
That's what a lot of people do anyway. They just boil it up.
Instead of doing the chemicals and all that.
Yeah, I don't like putting bleach on it, honestly, because it's copper. I don't know if it's doing anything to it, but something doesn't feel right about that. You know?
I got you. If the airlocks are still good, then the alcohol isn't bad, maybe.
Maybe.
Why don't you tell them about that one beer of ours? Oh, that wasn't of ours. I lost a beer downstairs.
We made a batch of beer, and it was forgotten about, right?
Mm-hmm. But it got buried by stuff. It was sitting in a carboy, sealed up, but it got buried. You know, cardboard box here. It's
Right.
like, oh, here's a chair there. Here's an empty bag of clothes we meant to send to Goodwill, and bada bing, bada boom. There's a pile of stuff in the basement, and at the core of it is a carboy of beer.
Full of beer. That thing was down there for how long?
At least 3 years.
3 years, a carboy full of beer.
With the water lock on it.
Just dry as a bone, though. I mean,
Oh, yeah, the water lock was done.
yeah, the water lock, yeah, dry as a bone. 3-year wort in that thing. It's like, yeah, we're not going to drink that one.
We opened up the water lock, and it was just like, whoa, no. That was...
Yeah, if you can say infected, that was super infected.
Every bacteria known to man had a party in there.
Yeah, that went down the drain.
Actually, I think we dumped it into the
Yeah.
island.
That went down there. Yeah, it was in the yard. Dumped it in the yard.
I didn't want to kill my septic system.
Right. All right, I have 47 minutes left.
Sweet. So, you're saying SCA, mead? Comments?
So you're saying that his stepdad and the SCA, Society for Creative Anachronism. I know who they are.
I had a girlfriend who was into that once.
Reenactment group. Says he was in many years ago. Somebody named Down with the Thickness asked, "How do you repair a pumpkin?"
How do you repair a pumpkin?
I don't know how to repair a pumpkin.
Tell him you add 5 grams of sawdust, adjust the lash 5/1000ths of an inch over, and then take it to a real mechanic.
So yeah, my friend says you add 5 grams of what?
Sawdust,
Sawdust.
adjust the lash 5/1000ths over.
Oh wait, it's a joke. Pumpkin patch.
Pumpkin.
That's a good one. Yep. As an airframer, I can appreciate that.
Yes. Yes. Hi, Bill.
So you know who Down with the Thickness is?
I do know.
Okay,
who
okay.
Thickness is.
Cool. Hi, Bill.
So he works with me, and he also runs. He has a. He doesn't do live streaming. He does, but he has a YouTube channel.
Bill's Garage.
Big Bill's Garage.
Okay,
That's
you're
right.
that Bill. Okay.
Yep.
Hi, bad man. I didn't realize who you were. Hello again, Bill.
Thanks for joining the broadcast, man.
Whoa. Nathan says he opened up a mead that had been sitting for 9 years.
Yeah, but that's wine, though.
He said the airlock was so good, he bottled it. He said drinkable, but better for cooking. Better for cooking in this case, yeah.
Oh, really? See, now...
Bill says, thanks for the cows, brother.
Thanks for the callus? Call out.
Call out. Okay.
Autocorrect. Doing its work. So, Nathan, down with the thickness, is my coworker and friend, Bill. And he runs, if you're into, you
Hot
go
rodding
ahead.
and stuff, right?
I don't
you
know.
do hot rodding, Bill, or what do you do? Or do you repairs, or
He frightens people. He builds cars, and they're like, "You're gonna put that on the road?" And he's like, "Yes." And then his viewership is terrified. It's like they're the main viewers of Big Bill's Garage are horror fans, but it's like real horror because they know that they're gonna go into the town and they're gonna meet one of Bill's cars. I know. I park next to one every day. It's terrifying.
44 and a half.
He does. He actually does a lot of cool things.
Okay.
I mean, actually,
Right.
he has some really cool ones. Like the one that you built the scooter on, that was actually not the little scooter for your kids with the he did a build. He did like a dad's build thing.
Gotcha. Yeah.
By the way, that's a great series. You should keep going with some of those. Those were fun. But it's all high speed type stuff, and then eventually there'll be like a little short portion that's real time and then type stuff. It was really cool. And then his kids rode the scooters
Sounds
at
fun.
the end. Yeah, it was
Sounds
fun to watch.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good humor. But yeah, so he does the Gambler 500 and things like that, which is like people who want to die, and so they go race cars that should not be driven anymore. I build houses, not engines. Thumper is a Disney character. Is a mutated what's that one guy? Johnny Depp does a lot of movies with him. Johnny Depp likes him. What's his name? He's a director.
Oh, Tim Burton.
Tim Burton. Yes. Thumper is kind of like Tim Burton meets Disney.
Oh, all right.
And a Ford Explorer. All at once.
And a Ford Explorer.
So anyways, that's what he does. And it's entertaining and it's fun. And just for the record, I wrote the theme music. So,
I know. I remember.
yes, I had to get a lot of advice on metal guitar tone. I know nothing about metal guitars. I mean, if we had a metal guitar that was made out of metal, that might be something.
Steel guitar. You can see the look on his face right now.
Not even close.
Here, have a hop.
No, those are yours. You need it for your beer. Okay, now that's a little better. My boil was a little bit too chilled out.
Mine is borderline aggressive, man. I'm gonna fix that. All right.
Everybody plays wood guitars, Bill. That's the way it is. He says, "You play wood guitars?" Of course. Even a steel guitar. Well, actually, a steel guitar is made out of steel. It's hardly a guitar at all. It's a stringed instrument of sorts.
What about one of those not lap guitars, but those flat?
Mm-hmm.
David Gilmour used to play them a lot on some of the Pink Floyd albums. I can't think of the name of it though.
It's called a pedal steel.
Pedal steel, yeah, the slide guitar they call it sometimes. Yeah.
There is a guitar out there that is made out of metal. It's called a resonator. And it's an interesting construction. And it has a very unique sound. But it's made out of metal. It's not made out of wood. Sure. And underneath the soundboard they actually have these cones that act like speakers.
Huh.
I mean, they're not powered with electricity, of
No, but
course.
it amplifies, I imagine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since due to the shape of it.
And they call it it's either a national resonator or just a resonator, one of the two. Yes, Nathan, I'm playing with the knob again.
He's playing with his knob. Yes, sir. Playing with his knob. Ding, 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 playing with his knob.
And this,
Yes,
ladies
sir.
and gentlemen, is why we click the Not Made for Children box on our broadcasts.
I didn't give it context, so.
You didn't have to. A 4-year-old could have picked up on that.
You know what's going to happen after this?
What?
I'm going to have another beer.
Well, I would hope so.
And then we might move into PG-13. No, I'm kidding. We haven't even crossed into PG yet, man. We're still clean.
We're doing really good,
I
man.
mean, there might be some connotations there, but there's connotation to Disney movies, man.
Yeah, well, apparently there are just like blatant signs in Disney movies if you catch the right version.
Sure. Like,
Disney got into some trouble.
like Little Mermaid had some blatant
Symbolism.
stuff in it,
It
yeah.
had some symbolism.
Well, there's
in it.
even in some of the animation there was things in there, like in the movie itself, not just the packaging.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the phallus in the packaging, yeah, that's one thing. But they had to redo the preacher scene when he was marrying them.
Because nakedness?
Nope. I'm not at liberty to say. Because it's a family-friendly show.
Seriously, that bad?
That bad.
Body parts?
That bad.
That bad?
That bad.
Really?
That bad. No, I'm not pointing. Ah, never mind.
Point.
Off camera, I'll tell you. Yeah.
Yes. He is going to explain this after the broadcast. Meanwhile, every other person is like, dude, your partner is so dumb. I get this.
He's talking about the
Talking about the thing that you can't talk about. I mean, you can't double entendre it. You're nothing. You're either blatant or you're not. So
Yeah, I don't want to.
yeah, go with not.
We'll go with
Not
not.
is good.
Not like
Yeah.
the one buddy that joined us at one time. He was a good dude, but man, he cussed like a sailor.
He
Wait,
was
a sailor.
Yeah, if we would have edited his down, it would have been a 45-second broadcast.
It was funny though. He was just like, you know what, whatever. After enough beer, he didn't care, man.
Which is funny because he cared at the beginning, but still couldn't help it.
Well, former ordnanceman.
Well, yeah, there you go. But
Not that being an ordnanceman has anything to do with it. It's just, it's fine.
sure.
If there's some theme music for
And
you,
now we have a theme music.
if they're even hearing it, I don't know if they can hear it.
Probably.
Can you hear the piano?
Pretty good.
Can you guys hear the piano?
Man, I cannot get this balanced.
It's because your pot's too close to the fire.
Right. I mean, it's like this.
I don't know. I got a textbook going. What's your problem? And this is the part where we like to pick on each other.
I have a poorly written textbook, is what I got here.
Yeah, you got the foreign import with like the off-color photos and the misprints.
Translated from French to English by a Chinaman whose third language is English.
That's terrible.
Almost there. Come on, just catch and hold.
You got to find that sweet spot. So you'll get there. He's looking at me like, really?
I'm not going to give them the look that I'm giving
I'll
you.
be good. I'll be good
No, you won't.
for now.
That beer's gonna go away. We're gonna eat another beer. Eat that. Drink that egg.
Drink that egg.
Yeah, so we can eat more beer.
All right. Well, how many of these have I had? Any new comments? Any new comments?
Well, yes, but go ahead and read.
Ones you won't repeat?
Oh, I'll repeat them. But I'm going to let you make fun of Bill while I go get us more snacks. You are me? No, I am you.
I know you said earlier, Nathan, I build houses, not engines. I kind of build airplanes. I fix them more than build them.
I build beer.
Oh,
Amazing, delicious beer. Hang on to it. I'm going to go.
Oh.
All right, right back.
What happened to my timer? Please tell me you didn't stop. Don't want to panic there. I thought my timer disappeared. I was going to chat publicly as Jamey. What the?
All right, now it's textbook.
Finally find that sweet spot?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Here you go.
I've only got an hour and 15 minutes to go. Man, this is a long beer.
It is, man. It is. It's almost burnt.
I can't believe I didn't select the virtual camera. So disappointing.
That happens. I want to pick the computer up and.
No, I don't. With my luck, I would drop the computer in your beer. So my computer would both be ruined and you would be upset.
I would be a little disappointed if you dropped the computer in the beer.
Yeah.
A couple of reasons. One, your computer would be ruined, where all your like music and
It's backed up.
stuff. It's backed up. Okay, that's smart.
I don't think I have like yesterday, but
Right.
nothing I can't replace. Hey, let's talk about Dave Mustaine and Vic and The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead, Part 1 and Part 2. Did you watch them both?
I have, yeah. Now, Bill might know because Bill, you're a metalhead, right? I mean, isn't Bill metalhead?
He likes metal.
Nathan, how about you? Are you a metalhead?
Before we continue with the Vic conversation, because that's obviously where we're going.
Right.
Let's go here. So Bill is done patting himself on the back. That's good.
I was just asking them because this.
Right.
If they already know, then we don't have to provide context. As well as if they already know who the bands are and
Guess who's back?
the bot,
No.
Jem,
He's short.
Chase.
Rides motorcycles.
Chase, you came back.
Energizer Beast 9C
Welcome
is in
back,
the house.
buddy. Man, I haven't
What
seen
up, Chase?
Haven't seen you forever, dude. Glad you
Where
made
you
it back.
been, man?
I know we haven't seen you for months.
Months and months. You were our #1 fan for all those months, and then you just disappeared, abandoned us. We were hurt, sad, kind of depressed. No, that's a lie. We were fine.
Glad you're joining us, though. Actually, no kidding, man. Good to see you again.
All right, so yeah, Bill knows metal.
Okay.
Nathan, I don't. Oh, before you go off, Nathan says I have so many needs I would like to send to you, but how? I got no clue. I will look it up. I'll get a hold of you in the Discord thing.
Yeah,
It'll
I
be
mean,
fun to try your meads, man.
yeah, there's got to be a way to mail it. I mean,
Or something.
you can ship wine and stuff. Why can't you ship weed? Why can't you ship mead?
Well, of course you can ship mead because mead is wine.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
honey-based wine instead of grape-based wine.
Yeah. You guys should talk about that. Figure it out. I'd love to try the mead, man. No kidding. So.
Oh, well, okay. Fair enough. We always stream when he's over at his dad's house. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. You got a point there. But anyhow, so now continue. So Nathan, heavy metal, Megadeth, Dave Mustaine. Megadeth has a mascot named Vic
Rattlehead.
Rattlehead. He's like a skeleton, kind of. I mean, he's a zombie,
He's a
but
dead guy, undead
Right.
guy, whatever.
But Vic is a skeleton. He looks like a skeleton.
Yeah. His
Whereas-
mouth has these like hooks on it to keep his mouth shut. It's weird. Chains for his ears. I don't know, man.
Whereas like Eddie from
Iron
Iron
Maiden.
Maiden is clearly a zombie. He's
Yeah.
still got like rotting flesh
Right.
and stuff. So Eddie's a zombie, Vic's a skeleton, and Q Steve.
Okay, hold on.
Back
You
up.
brought it up, and I don't know you know what you're going with on this.
I just thought, what do you think about the whole videos? What do you think of the videos?
I was like, you brought it up. What are you queuing me for, man? I just think it's interesting because it's like a backstory of how the Vic character was created. I'm not sure how much of that was established until recently, but I do see some parallels in there with the second video, the one that just came out a couple days ago. If you listen to the song Holy War's Punishment Due from the album Rest in Peace, you will see some of the cinematography they used in the video for the new song kind of reflects some of the lyrics of that song. I think I don't know for sure. This is my own ideas, but I think that's intentional. So,
Well, I got to tell you, what struck me is how amazingly violent and graphic these videos were. I mean, seriously, you would not have seen that on MTV when MTV first came out. They'd have been like, "No, I'm sorry,
right.
we are not going to show." What's that?
I don't think they're on MTV. These aren't
No.
music videos like in the classic sense. It's produced for Vimeo and YouTube. You know, is what he's doing.
Okay. So they're not music videos. They're like movies.
It's stories, yeah. With the new songs that are coming out in September.
Right. Well, anyway, it was just you've watched the videos, haven't you?
Yeah.
They're insanely violent.
Yeah.
I mean, like graphic
Like modern day
violence.
television. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's a lot like it's like Friends. Only
Friends is not modern.
that was a joke.
Dude, really?
It's like Parks and Rec.
Yeah. Parks and no beer.
I don't know any other modern shows. That's as modern as I get. Parks and Rec. Apparently, even that's old.
It is. It's pretty old.
Oh wow, you caught up with me and passed me. And now you must suffer the dry desert of patience.
Right, I like that.
So they're more like little movies.
All bantering aside, yeah. They're like little movies. Apparently, it's a trilogy. There's another one coming out.
Right, because it says
And
part
so-
2 and it said to be continued.
So there's a dual purpose. It's a little movie, kind of violent movie backstory of the Vic Rattlehead character, and it's also releasing the singles that are coming off the new album, which will
Gotcha.
be released September, like I want to say like 2nd or something like that. So it's all propaganda, man. That's all it is, really.
It's not propaganda. It's a media campaign.
Potato.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I don't know. Propaganda is more like
Okay, I know propaganda. You think like
Russians
Hitler,
telling us that they're good people.
like Hitler and stuff,
Right.
propaganda, war propaganda. But
But you're right. Right. I mean, it's a media campaign. It's
I've noticed that Dave Mustaine has really.
which is what propaganda is.
I know, right?
Thank you.
Thank you. Because that was my point. That was my
You
point.
shut up.
exactly.
You're supposed to be on my side.
No, but I noticed in the last couple of years, like Dave Mustaine has really taken a turn in, like into the social media thing and YouTube, and just really putting like he's got that new channel now where he's like taking a camera like backstage on the tour buses and stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of like a day in the life of people on the road. Which is pretty neat.
Yeah. Well, it is kind of interesting. So let's see what we got here. They were mini TV series, but in music video form.
Right.
They were YouTube before it was around. Did I miss something? Nathan.
Maybe he's talking about Vimeo. Maybe I don't know. Kind of lost.
Yep, I missed something, Nathan. I missed something. Unless you're referring to just because we're just talking about the 2 latest Megadeth videos, which are neither one of them is more than the second one is like 3 or 4 days old.
Yeah.
And the one before is like what, a couple weeks?
It's a few weeks. Yeah.
Right. So I actually like them. I mean, of course they're violent because they're about war. I mean, they're not.
Yeah,
They're,
war
they're
is not
not
friendly.
love songs, and
War
they're
is not friendly, man.
Yeah. It's like, oh, there they go. Oh, look at those Nerf guns. They're so cute. It's like, no, I just find it, I don't know, it just strikes me because it is in a music video context. Even though it's like this little micro movie, just like, I think that's just what Nathan was just saying. They're like these little micro movies, like a miniseries. You remember
Right.
the miniseries back in
Sure.
the day,
Just watch
But-
Netflix, you still get miniseries.
Yeah, because nobody actually watches a series. You wait till the series is done and then you binge watch it all
Binge
on
it.
a Saturday.
What I mean is, like, a lot of these TV show series are like maybe anywhere from 6 to 10 episodes these seasons,
Yeah,
Whereas
the
the old,
seasons-
back in the day, the old seasons, it was like 22 episodes back
Well,
in the
yeah,
day.
it ran from like Labor
Yeah.
Day until. So, what's the first one at the beginning of summer? Is that Memorial Day?
Yeah, we wrote those in May.
Right. So you
Yeah.
got Memorial Day, and then on the other end of summer you got Labor Day,
Labor
and that's
Day,
kind of
yeah.
like the rerun season.
Yeah. All right.
And then from Labor Day to Memorial Day
All
over the
new
winter,
episodes, yeah.
that's like TV season because it's cold and nasty,
Oh.
and nobody wants to go outside.
Oh, geez, I can't remember the name of it now. Oh, Person of Interest was a TV show I liked a few years ago. And each season had 22 to 24 episodes, but it was a weekly thing,
Mhm.
which encompassed that period you're referring to. So,
Well, and it's interesting that right now you made a good point. These streaming companies,
Right.
Hulu, Netflix, HBO Max,
pick one, yeah.
they put out these series,
You know.
but they're not like the old series.
But here's the caveat, though: the episodes are typically an hour. There's no commercials, and they run a full hour with no commercials. So the production, and imagine the costs are a little different as well, because you're not getting that commercial support, So maybe that's why they only do maybe 8 to 10, 6 to 10 episodes, because it's time-wise, it's a lot of time,
well, the consumption is different too.
Right, it is.
We
'Cause
don't
you
watch
can binge
TV.
watch it now.
Right.
Yep,
We don't.
There's the first S-bomb.
Yeah.
PG.
Why you
PG.
gotta point it out? We might have skipped over that one. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna little stick, little rudder. We're back flying. Fine. We're done. We are in the death drain. But still, the way that we watch media now is different. That whole concept of I gotta get home, on a Tuesday night. It's like, what? My show's on.
My show is on.
Yeah, there is no much. It's like, well, watch it tomorrow. I can't watch it tomorrow. Like, yeah, you can, or you can watch it right now. Well, watch it while you're on the bus going home, or
Right.
watch it whenever you want, wherever you want. It is available all the time, as opposed to when you and I were growing up. Tuesday night, 7:30. You were either there or you missed
I
it.
gotta watch X-Files,
Mm-hmm. Or 18,
18. 18.
or Airwolf,
You're going way back,
or
man.
Knight Rider.
Airwolf and Knight Rider and 18, dude.
Well, after 18 stopped, it pretty
Might
much
as well
that
throw
was
in
it.
Street Hawk as well. That was the motorcycle guy.
No,
No,
no.
you don't like that one?
It's horrible.
And Max Headroom.
Max Headroom was kind of
Don't
weird.
forget Max Headroom.
I do remember Max Headroom. I almost watched it. I almost watched like an hour video on Max Headroom.
Like what, a documentary?
Yeah, and it was a big. It wasn't a slam, but it was kind of a critique and an examination of some of the deeper aspects of Max Headroom.
Oh.
Because he was a little bit more of a social stick. Like the show Max Headroom, that was one thing.
Right.
But the character Max Headroom, because the character existed before that TV show existed.
I gotta get my carboy ready here soon.
How much time you got?
About 20 minutes.
Right.
So you gotta throw hops in at 15 minutes.
Are you gonna put that in there?
Not yet. It's not time. It just dawned on me now. It's like,
No, I mean the
oh yeah, I guess
wort chiller.
throw that in there. Yeah,
And now for something completely different.
yeah. Sorry, just kind of remembered like some steps we gotta do.
So, anyways, the character Max Headroom has a much deeper sociological and commentary than just what that TV show that they put him in. Because the character existed before the TV show. It
was a movie actually before it was a TV show.
Yeah.
But that was it though. It didn't exist before that.
So it's just an interesting thing. So all those things, yeah, but not Street Hawk. That was a horrible show. I mean, did you ever see him hit the turbo boost? Any human being would have their arms ripped off if
I
they
know, it was
managed.
ridiculous, dude. It was exaggerated.
I mean, Knight Rider was ridiculous, but the motorcycle one. Airwolf was amazing. I was 8. Airwolf was the one show where my dad put his foot down and said, "We can watch this show."
Nice. All right, I'm gonna dump this. Where do I dump this?
Right there.
I'm gonna go rinse.
So we're going to go ahead and do the wort chilling bit right here on camera today. But Steve's going to be off for a while because he's got to. Part of the deal, sanitation is a huge deal because with all the little microorganisms that do their thing in your wort, it is very much a first to the goalpost type deal. So if everything is super sanitized and the only microorganism that is in your wort is yeast, then your yeast are going to get the first shot at things. They're going to get established, and anything else that gives it a try is pretty much going to get pushed off to the side. But if the first microorganism to get established is some sort of weird bacteria, well, that's what's going to do things in your wort. And chances are it's going to be not great. Did you turn yours up?
A little bit, yeah, to compensate for the chiller.
Yeah, you're a little.
That's all right.
It's a little excited right now.
Yeah, I never.
So this is one of the reasons that we usually stop right around the time that the boil is over.
All right, I gotta take this inside and rinse it.
You could use the hose.
Hot water, man. Hot water for the bleach.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Now that he's gone, I can tell you that it doesn't matter, hot or cold. It's okay. I read it. It was on the internet. It must be true. All right, there we go. Now we're a little calmed down. Let's see what we got. Let's come back over to the comments section here. Nobody watches shows looking forward to the next episode week to week. We just wait till the season is almost done, then binge it. Yeah.
Well.
And that's what I was talking about with the whole our consumption habits. What you look for?
I need to rinse this up too.
Ah,
Got a little carried away with the chatting and forgot about the other things we gotta do.
oh, we're already good. In my house, it was Wheel of Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune Jeopardy then or before. I can't remember. MacGyver. Yeah, we had shows that we liked to watch, but my mom was not a really big fan of TV. In fact, she's still not a big fan of TV, and so she really restricted our TV watching. Which, to be honest, as a parent now, I don't think that's such a bad thing. Like, yeah, I get it. Back then, I had all sorts of friends who knew all these shows, and I had no idea what they were talking about. Because they would watch these TV shows and be like, hey, you know what they did here and here? And I'd be like, who is that? Like, I still only know Laverne and Shirley. I don't know any of the other characters in Laverne and Shirley. I mean, to be honest, Laverne and Shirley was a little bit before my time. But still. And yeah, Airwolf was good until Jan Michael Vincent stopped being. He was Stringfellow Hawk, right? Jan Michael Vincent's character was Stringfellow Hawk. And then at some point, they changed something, and his character disappeared, and another character came in. And at that point, Airwolf kind of was like, not so amazing. Kind of like the A-Team. The A-Team had like two halves to it. There was the beginning half, and then finally they all got captured. And then after that, it's kind of like, give it up. And then they made an A-Team movie, which I think I watched. I don't know. It wasn't nearly as cool as I wanted it to be. I remember that. You're good. You got like a minute.
I still gotta put other hops in.
I know.
It's right there on the top. So just mix it up a little bit.
We are under control. So it's my job to just watch these pots now. And you can use cold water to rinse the bleach. Fortunately, Steve never watches the replays, so we're good. Yeah, absolutely. And that just kind of happens. And sometimes I just think, the money people are probably the biggest problem, because they're not necessarily creative types, and they don't understand, like I am a creative person, right? I'm not bad with money. My finances are in order. I'm not broke. I'm paying my bills, saving a little on the side. So we're doing all right like that. But still, I am I'm not really a money guy in that regard. So, but I am a creative person. So like, I'll see a picture, not a picture, but like a shot. We'll be standing somewhere and I'll see a thing and a thing and a thing. And I'll be like, wow, that's a great picture. And my mind just intuitively just says, that's a great picture. And 9 times out of 10, I'm right. That's a great picture. If you take that picture, it takes very little Photoshop to fix it, because the picture itself, the composition is just naturally good. I'm good with music that way too. It's just like, yeah, this is a cool song. I'd say, write another one. It's like, no, you can't do that. It's like, why? Because that was the thing. And it doesn't just happen. You can't force that to happen. It naturally happens. It's organic. It's cool. It's like Grease, the movie. The movie Grease was really cool. Whatever happened between John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John, that 35-year-old woman who was playing an 18-year-old high school girl. I mean, all the ridiculousness that went into that movie, the cars and all that fun stuff. Whatever happened, that movie clicked. Bam. Grease 2? Not so much. Grease 3? Wow. The plastic that the CD was made out of was worth more than the actual movie itself. I mean, just why? Why did you do that? Just let it go. It's like somebody had this thought about remaking The Princess Bride. It's like, no. Exactly. The composition, when it's just there. You just see it, and it's like, bam, it's there. And, you can compose a picture. You can tell this person stand there. You can say, okay, now I want you to put a table there. No, not that table's too modern. I need a wooden table. And I don't need a brand new tablecloth. I need like a slightly worn tablecloth. And put that tractor over there, and you can make a picture. You can do it, right? You do it with a song, but there's a point at which it becomes too forced, where you've moved away from art, and now you're just kind of trying to force this thing. It's like, it's not going to happen. Grease is a good example. The sequels for Grease, not great. Grease itself, really cool. And there's others out there. Remake The Princess Bride. Do not make do not remake The Princess Bride. That will be a huge mistake. You know, just it's not going to work that way. So, yeah, it's just I don't know where we're talking. Well, we were talking about the A Team and Airwolf in these production, and basically it's the people with money said we can make more money off of this, and they did make more money because you know the advertisers they paid to advertise, and so they got more money. And for a while there, people watched, but the show was done. You know, the original idea of the whole renegade mercenaries running from the government, that was cool. Or the guy who steals the helicopter. I think that was the one thing is that in the original Airwolf, he stole the helicopter and he was not with the government. And then in the second half of the series, when everything changed, suddenly he had government support. It was a different actor. It was a different character. It was the guy that they were looking for the whole time. Because remember, in the first movie, in the first half of the series, they were constantly looking for Stringfellow Hawk's brother. And then they flipped it over. It just didn't work. It's like sometimes you got to look at things. It's like that was a thing. Let it go. It will never be again. It's never going to be again. That was a moment in time. That was an event. It's something to just remember and put there and look at and say, "Yep, that was a thing." Do not try and continue it. Do not try and recreate it. So, yeah, and those shows, and of course, you know, we keep going. But now, like we've mentioned a couple times, consumption habits are different. We don't have to get home right away. You can binge watch the whole thing. You know, it's like The Witcher. I think me and my wife took a weekend and watched the whole Witcher series. That was it. Just watch The Witcher. It was really cool. Had a lot of fun. But now apparently the second series is out, and I don't know if we're going to bother to see it. Nothing wrong with the original, The Princess Bride. Understand, make a new movie for the new generation, but some movies just don't count. Some movies just don't touch. I think The Princess Bride is a good example. It was a perfect movie. Just leave it alone. Don't try and remake it. Too many remakes in the world. Make your own movie. Okay. I'm going to go grab the hose and hook it up to the wort chiller.
Okay.
Correction. I'm going to go grab the hose, and then Steve's going to hook it up to the wort chiller.
Okay.
Everything is fine to get wet except for your phone. And I'm just talking about.
Well, I'm gonna move this over here anyway, or I guess I really can't do that anyway. So if it's intended to be on camera, I got to do it right where it's at then.
Yeah, and that's okay. I mean, seriously, you can blast everything in that
Where's
direction with
the
water.
chilled water?
The chilled water is in the fridges.
Which
I should go get that.
yeah.
I'll go get it.
Okay.
And
I don't know if you meant upstairs or downstairs chilled water.
downstairs, my thirsty friend, I will fix this problem.
Okay.
Have another egg. They're good for you. Protein.
Yeah, protein. Lots of protein. Okay, are we still broadcasting? Oh yeah. Catching up here, Nathan. Yeah, Princess Bride. There's no way to remake that, man. You can't do that. I'm in the camp of leave that one alone personally. Same with the Goonies, man. You just can't redo that. You're not going to capture those same moments ever again that happened between Goonies and Princess Bride. Plus, Andre the Giant's dead. The guy that does Inconceivable, I think he's dead too. I'm not certain on that, but I believe he's passed away. That's a little more aggressive than I want. All right, less than 5 minutes on this boil. Yeah, right. No kidding, huh? Yeah, I was a teenager when the original one came out, like what, 90? Whatever year that was, 1991. Hell, I was a fan of the comic book before it was even a movie. I want to say I got my first TMNT comic in like '88. Back when like Eastman and Laird were, the original artists. All right. Not aggressive enough now.
Still here.
Sometimes. Yeah, I got it, man. I heard you. All right, no, you got it for you.
You're good. Grab your beer glass first.
There we go. All right. Where's there should be one more bottle. I think it's the one that's over there. Never mind. It's like the top up bottle.
Oh.
So what I'm doing is I'm putting cold water in here. 2 gallons of it. It's kind of a preemptive fill. That way, when the wort hits the water, it's going to be chilled even more. But you'll see what happens here first. This is mainly to not shatter my glass carboy.
Basically, it gets it down to temp quick, which we learned the hard way.
Yeah.
All right, time for some more comments while Steve's doing this. Nathan says, I'm an original TMNT fan.
Yeah,
we were up in that
we
area.
were talking about that.
Okay, never mind. I'm late to the party.
You're late. Just like I was late to the comments about the Princess Bride, which I commented back on. I'm in the camp that the Princess Bride and the Goonies are movies you can't remake, man.
The Goonies, there's another good one. It's like, nope.
You just can't remake those because there are moments in there that were probably improvised. Or even
or
if they
accidental, and then they were like, that works.
Even if they weren't, yeah, you're not going to be able to repeat that, especially with modern day actors. And plus, some of those, not the Goonies, but with Princess Bride, I believe 2 of those characters are dead already. Andre the Giant for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think the guy that goes, inconceivable, I think he's dead also. Can't remember his name, but I think he passed away. I'm almost done.
Well, the thing is, they wouldn't make it with the same characters.
No, I know that the same actors wouldn't be in there, but they just can't. I don't think today's actors can capture that same.
No, it was it was Grease was the other one that I put out there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
it was just like it was a thing. Grease itself, somehow there was a magic in that whole production. Grease 2, no. Another one.
Didn't they do a remake? Or no, they did a remake of West Side Story, didn't they?
They did. I haven't seen it. I've heard some good things about it.
Not my cup of tea, anyway. But
yeah, troglodyte. What if they did a metal West Side Story?
It would be an abomination.
Okay. How about a metal East Side Story?
How about a metal East LA Story?
That would be like the latest Megadeth videos.
No offense to me, like West Side Story, it's just not my kind of story. No matter what point of the compass you're referring to.
Well, it's a big long love story. Is all it is.
I know.
I mean, in effect,
Like
it's
an
a
anti-racism story.
oh no, it's a retelling of Romeo and Juliet.
Most things are. No, I'm joking, but no, you're right. You're right.
I mean, that's really what it is. It's Romeo and Juliet just moving
Modernized
into the
for
20th century, make it the white gang and the Latino gang. That was it. I mean, yeah, you can try and go like kind of shallow with it and say, oh, it's all about racism, but really, when you talk about racism on that level, racism is a very shallow thing. Go deeper and talk about like xenophobia or this antipathy to things that are not like us.
right. Oh, there it is.
Right, I'll go turn the hose on.
All right, let me get.
And that's what Romeo and Juliet was about.
Right. 3, 2, 1. It's going to be hot.
You ready?
I'm ready. All right. Sorry if you get a butt shot there.
Good thing you have a nice butt.
Oh, dude. This hose sucks, man.
Oh,
Just saying.
stop.
That's not going to work very well.
I told him.
Some of that might have gotten my beer, but whatever.
Well, Timo, I told you to get the hose that didn't leak, didn't I? So get the other one.
All right, I'm going to use this to stir a little bit. Yeah, we have a little technical difficulty right now. So in an effort to not overcook my beer, I'm going to stir this with the chiller. It'll still relieve, it'll still get some of the heat out of there, but not as rapidly as the chiller would do.
Where was that leak?
Right in the right by the the point where it hooks up.
Run.
This thing is really hot.
I'm sure it is.
So this is not going as planned.
Not even remotely.
Not even close. Ideally, I would have cold water running through this coil, and it would rapidly cool my wort down. Because what happens, kind of like when you bake cookies or bread, even when you pull it out of the oven, there's still enough heat in there that's still literally baking or baking on the counter there. And that's what's happening with the beer here. It's still, the process is still happening because of the trapped heat. By rapidly cooling it, you stop that process. And that's why I'm running this thing kind of back and forth to try to get as much of the heat off of it as I can until the other hose gets hooked up. And what it'll do is it'll affect the flavor of your beer in the end.
In a bad way.
So this beer, I don't think it'll be a drain pour, but it's probably not going to be what I wanted.
Oh, I don't think it's going to be that bad, dude. Give me a couple seconds here. Put that thing back up. Where was that leak?
Right here. Like in the first inch or two after the end of the hose. That's not going to work. Is it the same hose?
It is, but we're going to hold this one right here. That'll prevent it from spraying everywhere. You got it?
This hose won't leak.
Are you sure?
I'm positive, Dad. Believe me.
Well, I told you to get the hose that didn't leak last time.
I know. I made a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize, Dad.
Go hook this up to the hose. To the spigot.
Yes, Dad.
See where I'm at the moment. Yeah, I'm still like at 170. Yeah.
Go ahead, aim it out that way. Turn it on, kid. He's fan.
Weak. He's a weak.
It's leaking over there.
Well, fine. It can leak over there.
It needs more pressure.
Turn it up. Turn it up,
Like
kid.
all the way.
It's all the way up, Dad.
Is it kinked?
It's
Oh,
kinked.
kinked right there.
Oh,
That's not going to work either.
Why not?
Well, I mean, it'll work, but I don't think you have a hose that doesn't leak, man.
I don't think I do.
All right, I need to have some slack so I can move this around. There we go.
Dad, I am very sorry, Dad.
Not your fault.
Dad, we're gonna have to buy a new hose.
You're right.
And a long hose so I can refill the boat top.
All right, so now the temperature's going down. Oop, go ahead, bear buddy.
Pardon me, Steve.
I have another one of those little short hoses. I just don't know what he did with it. He's hitting it.
About 90. Use here real quick. Once I drop sub 80, I'm gonna stop. We need a bucket ready. I'm below 80. So that was a not so rapid chilling.
It was more rapid than the ice baths we used to use.
Sure. Now I'm just going to pour it into my pork chiller here with the strainer. Going to strain out as much of the crap as I can.
How sludgy is it?
It's pretty sludgy. I expected that though. I gotta whack this so I got it now. Beforehand, we used to just pour it all in there, which was, I mean, it doesn't hurt anything, but it just puts a huge, like 2 or 3 inch thick layer of crap on the bottom of your bottle. And when you get ready to transfer, you suck some of that stuff up. But by straining this, you still get some of the sediment in there, but not nearly as much. Depending on the kind of beer you make, you get a lot, heavier beers have a lot more grain in them. You get a lot more, sediment at the bottom. This one's not too bad. Just about done here. We've had some batches where you're dumping out like inches of grain. All right. Any comments?
Oh, yes. You should read them. They're mainly about you. Work it, Steve. Work it. Work it. You're a superstar, man.
I know. All right. I'm all sticky. Again.
Want to wash your hands? Again?
Yeah, that's got to drain anyway.
All right. So now we're back to just me. I think this is why we've never bothered to show the actual wort chilling process, because it's a freaking disaster. Lots of moving fast and not a lot of time for the camera. Of course, it helps when you don't have a leak 4 inches from the end of every freaking hose you own. It's only more than a little bit frustrating, not gonna lie. So what'd you get it down to? Like 70?
I went sub 80 when I pulled it off of the when I pulled the chiller out of there. All right, that's gonna be good enough. Probably can't see in here, but yeah, that's the stuff I'm straining out. Yummy. You want some of this? Mmm. All right, I'm gonna go clean this thing up.
Okay. I rinse that off in the sink.
Okay.
What do you want to do at this point?
I need to top off and then pitch my yeast.
Okay.
If I'm at the right temperature, I can't tell yet.
You're at 70.
So I'm gonna top off first.
We can put this right in there, because I've still got 20 minutes before mine is done. And you only have to boil something for about 10 minutes to sterilize it. Well, I'm glad you think it's the best content. We'd like to actually drink this beer we're making. According to Nathan, we have fantastic content.
Yeah. Well, thanks, man.
Yeah. He's like, nobody wants to see everything go right all the time.
Yeah, this is a good example of when things can go wrong. All right, I got to find my mark.
It's right here.
I have a mark on here that is a 5-gallon indicator, so I just got to find it. I used some Sharpie and I colored it in with it's like clear nail polish from my family. That way I know exactly where to stop pouring, and that makes it easier. Oh, that's a lot of that 2 evaporation. Just a wee bit more. Almost there. And good enough. All right, so now I'm at 5 gallons. I'm going to take this out, go rinse it, and I'll put it back in the solution.
Welcome back, Bill. Glue glug, indeed. "19 minutes.
Looking at here, it's still on the high side of 72. Should be fine.
You want to put it in the kegerator for 20 minutes while
Should be fine. Where's that yeast then?
sitting on top of the cold pack inside the cold bag.
That works just fine. All right. Yeah, 56 to 77. I'm good.
Holy crap! 56 to 77?
Yeah, this well, it says ideally 59 to 71. So 0.6, 71.6. So I'm within the range. It'll be fine.
That's still insane, though. The yeast that lives anywhere. Mine is like
Oh, you know what? I didn't sanitize this.
sanitize that.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it in the solution for a little bit.
Physics. The yeast that lives anywhere is. Heard about the latest Wes Craven horror movie?
No.
The yeast that lives anywhere.
The yeast. Oh. You're pissing a little bit.
It happens. Physics. When you heat up the tubes and the water and the stuff, and it's got to go somewhere.
Yeah. So it goes out. Out.
I'm also a little aggressive on this boil.
How much time do you have left?
About 15 minutes.
Don't want to
Six-
take care of your carboy.
Yeah, suppose I should do that, huh?
Or I guess you could do it while it's running through the cooler, but whatever works for you, man.
Well, considering that hose is shot, I need to put a little more control on this stupid thing.
Yeah.
If it was a good hose, you'd just let it run while I went inside. But it's not a good hose. It's a lousy hose.
I'm gonna run these to the truck. Okay. All right. I'm about to start pitching yeast. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? All right. Oftentimes I use a wet yeast from a company called Y Yeast. But this time, I'm using this good old packet of dry yeast. Now I wouldn't bake bread with this, but it's definitely formulated for brewing. All right, yeast is in. Oops, a little bit left. All right, I'm going to install my water lock. It's not filled yet, but I'm going to shake the hell out of this thing. Get it all agitated, mixed in, oxygenated. And then I'll put some water in it, and I'm done for a few weeks, a couple weeks. All right. And I put my water away, damn it.
Oh, still 11 minutes.
All right. Mine is ready to ferment.
Sweet. So apparently particle physics gives down with the thickness a hadron.
Has none.
Family show, Bill.
Oh, we're referring to Hadron Collider?
Hadron Collider?
That's not dirty.
No, that's like scientific.
Science.
But I know Bill.
That's not how he means it.
Right. He's talking about a Hadron Collider. Let's just go with that. I like that. So now they're making fun of us, which is fine. Thinking the next time you do this, I can sneak on your property during the empty chair time, then disappear when you return.
Well, normally we don't have the camera going at this time.
Same, we jump on the chairs. I don't know if we're going to have the camera going at this time until we get something really firmly established. This was a disaster. No lies. Which I'm glad you were entertained. Apparently, they were very entertained.
Are you not entertained?
Oh, yeah, they were entertained. I'm glad you were freaking entertained. But you know what? We also want to drink this beer. Oh, chances are the beer will turn out fine. But still, we don't want to be our pain and our suffering. You are smart. Sure, you're smart. I know you, man. I know where you live. I know where you work. I know what car you drive. I know way too many things about you for my own comfort. This is just Speaking of wet yeast, which is what I use, I need to disinfect the package of the wet yeast. More empty chair time.
All right, I'm going to get my beer put away out of the sunlight because sunlight will kill the process. So, again, sorry, more empty chair.
You threw the funnel in the thingamajig back in the bleach water, right? Yep. All right. Perfect.
That's been shaved most of the time. So. All right. I'm going to sit and take a breather. Now that my catastrophe is past me now. It'll be fine in the end. I'm pretty sure everything will turn out okay. I just need to clean up now, but I'll do that here in a minute. It's too sticky to try to wipe off. Something just bit me. Oh well. Whew. Yeah, everything's back in the solution. The strainer, the funnel, all that stuff.
I chucked my yeast pack in there.
Yeah, I totally forgot to do that earlier, but whatever. Still more eggs to eat. I'm trying to make my cholesterol go up a point or two.
That's the goal. Dude, health is like overrated, man.
Especially at our age, who cares?
Right. It's time to just.
Already lived, man. I'm good.
The answer is 42. What is? I think they're talking amongst themselves now.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is what he's referring to.
They're on a mission from Bud. From I don't know. That's almost sacrilegious. I mean, that's a really
Bud.
great movie. I can't believe you would. That's another movie they never should have done a sequel to. The Blues Brothers. Did you see the Blues Brothers 2000?
I think I did, and it sucked. I remember right.
It did. It was horrible.
I didn't care for it because it was the brother that did the part, right? Something bit the heck out of me.
We should start. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and read these comments.
Wearing our sunglasses at night.
All right. Wet yeast sounds dirty and gross at the same time. Down
Wet
with
yeast.
the thickness says, see, I'm smart. I take issue with that statement. Down with the thickness also says, I want the yeast. You can't handle the yeast. Nathan says, our chair time. Woohoo! Referring to the fact that they're stuck here staring at a pot and two chairs.
Two empty chairs.
And a couple of eggs. All right. Wow. Down with the thickness says, so Nathan, how are you? I'm good. This mass confusion is awesome. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Can we block people? Is it possible to block people? Can you block people?
I don't know.
But we only have one faithful viewer, so maybe not yet.
Where did Chase go?
I don't know, man. He's what, 13?
Mm-hmm.
He's in, he's out. It's like it's nice to see him again. See you, Chase. Mass confusion. Name of a band. Down with the thickness. We should start a band. The silence is acceptance, Jamey. I have to be somewhere close to this thing. No.
Silence is compliance.
No doubt. DOUGHT. That's an awesome band name. Woohoo, we have a band. We're on a mission from Bud. The answer is 42, says Nathan. They remind me of the whale from that book. What? Oh, look, Ground. Hello, Ground. Oh, now I get it. Did you read The Hitchhiker's Guide from the Galaxy?
When I was in high school, yeah.
Okay.
I got as far as the third book. So
when Nathan said the answer is 42.
Yeah, that I got, yeah.
Right. So there's that one scene where the whale appears because of the reality machine that twists things, and it's just falling and it's talking. It's like, I guess I'll call that a tail. Yeah, that's a tail. Oh, look, Ground. Hello, Ground.
It's been so long. It was high school when I read that, man.
Dude, British humor is like quasi-sick.
Right?
I mean, really, it's like the whale's
wet,
dying. You're not the only one. All my lower legs are soaked.
All your lower legs? All two of them?
Yes.
What are you, an octopus? All my legs are soaked.
No.
All right. Well, my work is done.
Yes.
I'm going to drink beer now.
That's what you should do.
Still got to clean up, but...
Well, we can do that in a few minutes. Down with the thickness. Yeah. I have 3. Mm-hmm.
Is his nickname Tripod?
Yes. That's what we call him at work. Old Tripod.
Old Tripod.
All right. I'll be right back. The timer rings. Don't freak out. It'll be okay.
What do you want me to do if it does ring? Get your stuff
Drink your
off?
beer. It'll be okay.
I can pull it off the fire.
Just turn the fire off. That'll be fine.
All right. Just you and us, you and me again. Yeah, usually this is a more streamlined process, but as you plainly saw, we had some hiccups. But it happens. It happens. At least I remembered all my hops this time. There was a batch where I forgot to put in my finishing hops. That was terrible. Beer came out fine, but it wasn't quite what I wanted it to be. But whatever. Things happen. So, like you said, it's nice to see you the real world instead of just the perfect outcome every time. So. No, I'm not leaving. I'm getting the monitor so I can see what you guys are saying, if anything. Nathan asked, "Who's getting a ride home?"
We figured
BWRUN, beer run, yes sir.
we figured all that stuff out at the end.
Yeah, we worry about it at the end of the day.
That's why God gave us lives.
All right. I think you're caught into that stuff.
I had the wrong end.
Audible. Oh, that's backwards.
Yep.
Is that Japanese?
Pretty much.
All right, you're fine with that.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, I'll get your water when you're ready.
Okay.
Ow. Damn it.
Ouch. Ouch. Ah.
Hey, is that hot?
Yeah, it's hot. Don't turn it on. I'm looking right at it. Jeez.
I wasn't.
Oh, yeah, you can turn it on now.
I was waiting for you. Turn it off.
Oh, man, that would have hurt so bad. All right, sitting at a cool 195 degrees. Oddly, the temperature's going up. Pretty sure the hose is hooked to the cold water. I don't see any tweaks. Unless you can hear it. Yeah, there you go. Take advantage. This is called efficiency. Want some dish soap?
No. I just wanted to get the main chunkies out of it. And I'll wash it when I get home.
Yeah, we are dropping. So before, I don't know, Steve, did you tell him how we used to do this?
No, not really. I didn't say anything on it.
So before we used to we used to take our pots and we'd put them in the kitchen sink, filled with water and ice, and stir and stir and stir. And this process takes about 5, maybe 8 minutes now. It used to take 10 minutes, 20 minutes, well, more like half an hour. It took a long time before.
About 20 minutes, let's say.
And even then, we only got down to like 80.
We tried using snow one time. It didn't work very well.
Oh, that was a disaster. Which is why Steve was a little bit not happy about the fact that his wort was sitting there staying hot while we found a new hose, which turned out to be a waste anyways.
It still got done.
Well,
Adapt, overcome,
there you go.
improvise.
And seriously, it's still a hell of a lot faster than when we used to do the sink. I mean,
Right.
that was...
Yeah, ice water and stirring rapidly.
Yeah. Although those beers turned out fine.
Yeah.
I mean...
I don't know what the threshold is. Like, they always say rapidly cool, but how long can you go before it's like, all right, it's baked too long? You know?
I'll tell you how long you can't go. You can't throw it in a snowbank and then go eat dinner.
That you cannot do.
Yeah, we learned that one the hard way. Those beers were... We didn't pour them down the drain.
They were a little burnt tasting.
Yeah, they just... Not quite barnyard, but, you know, they weren't great. Let's just say they weren't great.
So Nathan says, "What the hell was that? My headphones are clicking. Probably when I was rinsing the pot out. I bet it was really loud."
Oh yeah, because you were right next to that. Because that's the microphone. In fact, we could probably move that. We're not using the computer microphone. We're using the
Right.
microphone. 100. I will go do that right now. Move that away a little bit.
Bong, bong, bong. Burn my hand. That's the thickness. Slosh, slosh, slosh. Clap, clap, clap. Bang, bang, rap, rap, rap. And that's how you brew. Clap, clap, clap. That's how you do. W. David says, "Don't cram that coil, Jamie. You have to finance it."
Behave! Family show! I don't even know what you mean. You should see. There's a freaking disaster. There is water everywhere.
Yeah. This is a bad choice, man.
This is a horrible idea. I hope you appreciate what we've done for you. Never again. Never again. I mean, maybe, but with another camera way over there.
I'm over there. Yeah.
And a better hose.
Right. Ah, got me. Bill says, "Now I wrote you a theme song."
Okay, we're even.
I'm going to remove that. Do that right there, man. Look how what it does there.
Oh, just a little pipe inside the compression fitting?
Yeah. I'm going to get rid of all that.
I think it would be cool if we could get a hose that would actually stay on there.
But the problem is the heat, man. The heat expands the rubber. It goes, ping, it goes flying off. You know?
Well, yeah, especially with the vinyl, because vinyl gets so
Vinyl,
soft,
yeah.
it reacts to the heat so quickly.
Maybe I'll put a braided hose on it.
That might be something.
Because that's a good stream on a live stream.
What's that?
So that's a good stream on a live stream.
Good stream on a live stream, thank you. We need more viewers like him. They're full of witty
We need more
sayings.
cowbell.
So much more cowbell. We have a metal song. It's got woodblock in it.
Yes, like the white stripes.
Like the white stripe. Alright, no lie. If you haven't seen Metal Lords, you need to go watch it.
It was on Netflix. I don't know if it's still playing or not.
Even if you're not a big metal fan, you'll still like it. Although you'll like it more if you're a metal fan, because when they do all the cameos, you'll be like, ah, that's so cool.
They hit all the tropes and wickets. It's pretty funny.
Yep.
I guess they're good now. Oh, yes.
A little more. I want to get lower. My yeast like 64 to 74. Actually, no, I'm good now.
What am I going to say? You should be fine then.
And we are at 65. Okay, that's
Yeah,
good.
you're at the bottom of the threshold, man.
I like my yeast to take a little nap before.
So Bill says, "Can that stream go into a stream on this stream?"
What stream? Stream?
It's like a stream of a stream
Like a
within
stream
a
of
stream.
consciousness?
Kind of like the movie Inception, you know. Stream within a stream, but then another stream.
Within a stream. How many streams can you stream? You know, you could stream a stream. I've streamed a stream before.
Yeah?
Yep. Tried to use Bluetooth. It was disastrous. Sounded like squealing pigs being murdered and raped. The audio was bad. We stopped.
What happened first? Rape or the murder?
I don't know. There were zombie pigs after. And
Somebody actually did things to them?
no, man, it was just a sound. It was a horrible sound. And that was... Leave me alone.
Yes, I know.
Having a bad day. I screwed up your beer.
You didn't screw up my beer.
I did. I should have known that hose was screwed up.
fired.
That's what I thought.
It's fine. I don't think you screwed up my beer. I think it'll be fine.
I actually think it'll be fine too. I wonder where my water is. I should have gotten it.
So you can have some super high iron beer.
Oh no. We are not making the water off this well water. No, we are not making beer off this well water. Not happening. I'll be right back.
Well, lucky for him, it's well water. So. Now, if it was my house, yeah, it's a waste because I'm in the city limits, so I definitely pay for water. I don't think he even pays for water. I think he just pays for electricity to pump it, honestly. Get away! So Nathan says, I better hope your hometown don't see you wasting all the water. I was like, well, I think you're okay because you're on well water. So
That's right. I'm on well water.
At my house, it's a little different.
And if you knew how much it rained up here, you wouldn't worry.
Yeah, right. Well, then again, it's Florida. He probably knows how much it rains.
Oh, it rains a lot in Florida. You're right.
And then Bill's singing more stream. Whenever I brew, all I have to do is stream. He's still singing. He's serenading you. Or serenading the Northwest Brewmeisters,
You know the melody he's singing?
No.
What are the words again?
It's streams. Oh, the dream song, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I get it now. Oh, there's like a serious delay because watching you actually pour to what's going on is way different.
A little bit lag there.
Laggy.
There?
It's like playing a game of Battlefield. It's pretty laggy. You unload your magazine on your enemy and he turns around and one-shots you.
That's just not lag. That's lack of synchronization at the same time.
Yeah. That's why the damn game is so infuriating sometimes.
And that's why you have a plexiglass guard across your screen.
Yeah. All right. Now it's looking like beer.
Remember that one time I almost went straight from the flame into the carboy?
Mag lag, no kidding, huh? And of course, when I'm playing, they always get me when I'm reloading.
Right.
Always. There's some guy comes around the corner when I'm reloading. He's just like, oh, yeah. I'm dead. It's like, really? Always happens. I try to hide when I reload, but it just doesn't work all the time, though.
Yeah, they already saw you.
I know, because of the lag. They already saw me. Like, yeah. I played Call of Duty for a while, too, and it was just as infuriating, man. Because they have a kill cam thing where you get to see the replay of how you were taken out.
Yeah.
And it was straight up like I came around the corner like I was standing there from that guy's perspective. My perspective was I saw him looking the other way, because of the non-synchronized, video. And so I thought I had to jump on him. Hell no. He saw me a long time ago. Hey, just want you to see something real quick. Just saying. Like you're busy or something.
I hear you. I hear what you're saying.
Actually, what I can do, if you kill it, I'll go refill the glasses for us.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the, you're still drinking. Kind of busy. It's all right. There you go. Is there multiple faucets?
There's only one faucet down there. Pick up that
I
faucet.
really hate to pour a beer that was like, not ready.
Oh, yeah. And the beer that's not ready, like I put it in there 6 hours ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right. Let's get the rest of this. Oh, my thumb's caught. In the past, we didn't strain like this. And Steve had this idea to strain. I was like, sounds like a good idea. And then I made a space dust clone, which had like 5 different hops in it. Incredibly hoppy IPA. I mean, just excessively so, if you ask me. And I lost easily half a gallon of beer because of the amount of space that was taken up by all that sludge in the bottom. It was not good. So now we strain. And we also don't make space dust anymore. It was way too complicated a beer, and it was not amazing at the end. And that's the bottom of the pot. Oh, so we'll let that strain out through all that. And then it'll be my turn. Ballistic knives. Knives. V. Knives. You have issues, Bill. All right. So we're going to take a step back and rethink this whole showing you the wort chiller process. I mean, I'm impressed.
All right, man. Your keg is voted officially.
Seriously?
Seriously. I poured one glass and then it floated about a quarter of the way through the one, so I had to equalize them out. That's why it took me so long. Yeah, you're out of beer. Well, at least out of that beer. That's why there's only, 2/3 of a beer.
Man.
You have bottles?
Oh, yeah. We got like 2 cases of Newcastle.
Oh, okay.
Store-bought Newcastle.
Oh.
I don't think we need to drink 2 cases tonight,
No.
do we?
I'll probably have maybe one more beer. That's
right.
It.
I mean, I got to work
maybe
tomorrow.
2,
All right, 3-hour stream.
I have to work tomorrow as well, but not till the afternoon.
The last of this went in the keg. You already showed them how you did the yeast.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Process
There's disasters. There's a flood zone. We're sitting in a flood zone.
Yeah.
It's just... This has been another Northwest Brewmeisters production.
You sound so defeated.
So, remember, relax.
Don't worry. Have a home
Have
brew.
a freaking home brew. Good night.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thank you. Not going. I gotta switch
fellas.
things. We do that. Take care of yourself, guys. We will see you later.
Couple weeks.
Let's Paula Dean this stream. We're out. Goodbye.